Right, legends. I click the Streameruniente button. What is Kraku lacking? We are back in the building. Yes, hello, legends. Everyone's coming in the chat. Guys, long-term, medium-term, short-term analysis we're going to go through in this video. You know how this shit goes down. We've got the legends in the building. We've got the Smallio and the Chris Viking. How are you boys doing? What's cracking?
Splendid, sire.
Fantastic, sir. God, we are like a couple percent off the high, man. This is the wildest thing. I love it.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? It's Sire, Sir, Lord, and Squire in the building. We're all fucking hilarious. But yeah, guys, it's phenomenal. This price action is absolutely ridiculous. I did a stream earlier. I'm literally just going to make this beginning segment quite quick. We're going to look at some long to short ratio stuff. We're going to go to some altcoins. We're actually going to talk about more about altcoins in this video because Bitcoin is done. Okay, like you don't need any technical analysis on Bitcoin right now. There is no TA to really look at on Bitcoin. Here is the philosophy. Here's the thesis. Here is the 30,000 foot view. Okay, Bitcoin's rallying. It's up until proven otherwise. The only thing you can do right now with Bitcoin is look at buying the relevant support on the way down. There is no trade here. There is no long. There is no short. There is no trade. It's a no trade zone. It's just long until proven otherwise. The market is rallying. You know, the thing is about Bitcoin is you're coming up to the all-time high. So you're $5,000, if less actually now. Sorry. We're looking at about $3,000 off the all-time high, which means you don't want to be the guy, obviously, who shorts now. You just don't want to be the guy who shorts now. Because if it is actually going to break through this, it's a blue sky breakout, and we can get a massive wick. We could go all the way to $100,000. This area here is a no man's zone right now for an all sky breakout on Bitcoin. If you wanted to be really consistent and say, here's resistance and put a short in, fine. Put a small position in, hedge against this, and, you know, hold that until, you know, a small part of your portfolio. But don't go saying, I'm going to sell all my Bitcoin or giga short or be on high leverage or anything like that. Because the likelihood is, guys, you're going to be joining the majority. It is actually flipping. Actually, it is flipping, guys. Let me show you this right now. So we're looking at actually a little bit more longs beginning to come in on Binance on the 24-hour time frame. And also we have on the 5 minutes, have a look what we got in real time with the legends. Again, the same. So what we're going to see on this, guys, is that it's usually unlikely you're going to get the flip instantly, okay, with the long to short ratio. It's not like it's going to suddenly go long and then instantly happen. Actually, the market usually gives people what they want. But right now, guys, you're at the all-time high, so there is no short here, guys, really. You can play a head short for sure, like on a small amount of your portfolio, but nothing big, nothing giga, because you don't want to be that guy, essentially, who's just shorting the whole way up. And we know all of those people who've been shorting the whole way up, they're essentially the fuel to rise. They've just been getting stopped out and liquidated, and that's what's been pushing the price up. We also have an insane number coming out of the Bitcoin treasuries. I actually did a whole stream about this a second ago. Guys, this jumped from, I think it was 2 days ago, 1%. I think it was at 10.8, and now it's 11.7. So it's almost on 1% jump, guys. I did a whole video about this earlier. Go watch that price stream. Just watch the first 5 minutes. I actually spoke about this. But this, guys, is a really, really big deal, guys, on the higher time frame perspective for Bitcoin. Very, very, very bullish. I can zoom in and probably like that as well. You can see that 11.741%. And actually, we do think it's because they added DeFi to this. But overall, guys, this is a massive jump in this figure. And look, here's the thing, right? If you're going to see, I said from the beginning of the year, I said down here we're at $15,000. If Bitcoin's going to retest its all-time high this year, this number needs to get to, let me get it up for you if I can fricking find it. This number needs to get to 14% because it was at 7%. I was saying if it doubles, we could see the all-time high. That's pretty much where we're exactly at now. It's 12% at the moment, and we're almost at the all-time high. So very, very close, guys, to getting that. And essentially that prediction came true. I said, look, I don't think the all-time high is going to get tagged out this year. I actually thought 48K or maybe I think between 48 and 50K would be the top side of it. But I did say, guys, that if we do get this at around 14%, we'll be looking at the all-time high. And that's just essentially this whole move has been driven by institutions. It's literally proven in the numbers. And obviously, it's institutions offering products to retail. So it's kind of a synergy between the two. When all the freaking big banks and wirehouses and brokerage houses come in on the ETFs, then this thing's going to go absolutely mental. But just to reiterate the point, guys, there's not much TA here. There's no real point talking about it. There is no trade. There is no short. You could do maybe a head short at resistance at the all-time high. You might get something off it. But there's no significant trades here, guys. The only thing you do is you're long until proven otherwise. The only trades you can take are on the lower time frames, maybe the 4 hour, the 1 hour. And you say, look, where's the logical support regions on the way down? The only way you play this, guys, is that, let's say, we actually came to support here beautifully on the prior 2021 bull market high from the first all-time high we made in 2021 for the bull market. that level actually just got respected and it was support. So that could have been a short-term trade to the upside because it came into it as support. You can see here back into its support, bounced off it. But all you could do, guys, there's no other trade. You look to buy the relevant support regions on the way down. I am literally saying what I said again and again and again. Let me actually find that tweet I did earlier on the other stream. I think I might be able to find it. 1 second. If I go back, so I was on it on the other stream. Why is it just doing the same things over and over again? It's like going in a circle. Okay, that's really strange. Anyway, there's another tweet I did, guys, which showed a tweet from around a few months ago. I was saying all these relevant support regions on the way down, like 38, 48, and 30K. Those are the only levels you can really target on the way down. And then we actually did find the support on the first level of support on the way down from the ETF by the rumor sell the news. So yeah, this level here, guys, is a level to buy all the way down. All you're waiting for is a break. Wait for the systemic collapse, and then look to short the retest of that collapse. And that will usually, if you do something, let's just say it comes to here really quickly. What you can do actually when it finds support, you get a Fibonacci retracement tool, and you would say that actually the trade for the next short would be here. Okay, so you're looking at a Fibonacci retracement of a 618. The stew tube fibs, usually that's the best way to go about it. Some sort of fib in the middle of the golden pocket. Okay, so that's the only way you can trade, guys. As long as we realize that I'm literally I can't. How many times can we say this? The market is in a frenzy. It's rallying. Nobody knows. It's very difficult to predict the velocity of a market. It's much more easy. I'm getting. It's much more easy, guys. Okay, I've said. I don't know how many times. How many times I said this today, Leggies? I did a whole stream earlier saying this, but the direction is much more easy to predict than the velocity. So right now, Bitcoin, we have predicted the direction. We've got that right. The direction is up. And now the velocity is the part which we run with. We go with the velocity. We don't know how far it's going to go. We go with it. And then we wait until we have some sort of collapse and break. And then we short the retest of the high. Okay, that's all you can do right now. Don't try and get in the way of this. You will just be the cannon fodder, the fuel, the feed for more upside. And even if we do see this beginning to swing, it's not enough. It's not convincing enough right now to say, now I'm going to take a short, because it's just a confluence factor. You need to wait for it to get like 70%. One more moves it up, and then we get a nuke down. But it is slowly getting there, which is a good sign. Anyway, so yeah, guys, one more thing to mention as well before I bring it on to the guys. We've got, the MDX Trading Bot is long. You can see here, beautiful position, guys. You can get that at the Bingx, Bingx.com, and then just use my referral link code. I can't remember the actual code, but if you want to get the Trading Bot, guys, go to Bingx, use my referral link, use the actual system, okay? Because it's really, really good to just get you in and out when you're asleep. And then, yeah, all I wanted to speak about really was commitment to trade. Bitcoin treasuries. I'll do commitment to trades with you, Chris. And also we had some altcoins, but we're going to go into those in a second. Prop C is doing really well as well. But let me bring on the old legend himself. Let's bring on Smallio. I need to get some water. What do you think about the market, bro? What's going on? What's your thesis? I think it's going to be exactly the freaking same, but in terms of long until proven otherwise. But what do you see in terms of weakness? Do you see any weakness in the order books? I'll bring you in.
I essentially, similar to you, there's literally like one more level here. We have the wick level from here, and then the wick level from here. Again, it's not even closed levels, so I won't bore everyone with the same thing. But essentially, it's resistance until proven otherwise. You can't short it. You can't really long it up here. There's not really a trade. Again, we're interested in altcoins. Looking over to the order books here, definitely tons of resistance popping in, but literally Bitcoin just been chewing through it like an intergalactic monster. He just doesn't care. So to be honest with you, there isn't much I can actually give today. We've been saying the same thing for, it seems like eternity, guys, hasn't it? Just long until proven otherwise.
Yeah,
so,
right. That's what you can do.
Yeah, I think there's not too much to say on this front. I think actually pass over to Chris to do some alts, and then we can spin back around and do a bunch would probably be the ideal scenario.
Yeah, it's one of those streams, really. Like, it's just one of those streams. Like there is nothing you can do. I just want to reiterate one more point, guys. There's nothing you can do on the charts. You can't buy right now. You can't sell right now. If you're going to buy, you wait for a pullback at support. If you're going to sell, you have to wait until there's a collapse and a retest of the high. Otherwise, you're just going to be essentially that. Get in the way of the cannon, you're going to get shot down, and you're just going to end up being that essentially feed. You're feeding the market going up. And we've seen that, guys. Like a lot of guys have just been shorting the whole way up here. Guess what? The price just continues to go up. And don't try and predict the velocity. I did a whole stream on it a second ago. I'm saying it all over again. It's kind of like doing my head in, but the direction is the easier part of this whole game. The velocity, let it go and go with the trend. And don't be the guy who's like, I'm going to short all the way up, lose all the opportunity costs of the upside. And then when it goes to these high prices, then say, I'm going to keep shorting all the way up. And then let's say you get a short from 60K and it does nuke, then you can only make 50%. It goes up 120%. You can only make 50% on the way down. And also you will likely get stopped out anyway. The Gareth Soloways of the world, they might be lying or whatever, but where is their stop loss? They've probably been stopped out multiple times. They've lost a ton of money. They've had to service the shorts on the way up. It's a schoolboy error. It's not how you trade. You want to go with the trend, and you want to know that the velocity can get crazy. There's a great saying for it. Markets can say, a market can do something for much longer than you could ever stay solvent in your own self. It can just keep going and going and going. Anyway, let's get Chris in. So let's do some alts, bro. What you got for us? Oh yeah, committed traders. What are they doing at the moment? What's going on?
Yeah, so in the same boat as you guys, just in general about the up only continuation until proven otherwise right now. And as far as the commitment of traders, we're seeing, like we saw last week, the major changes where the dealers are now starting to add some long positions. I know it's small, but also pulling short. So their net is actually improving longs compared to shorts in this area below 60K. That's the time period of the current COT report. And at the same time, the asset managers, they've got some short exposure in this zone. I mean, probably just hedging off when we had a little bit of sideways nastiness, but they're still incredibly long. Everyone's incredibly long. And leverage funds are just going, all in on the short. So I don't see a real major change from the commitment of traders other than open interest is still increasing overall, which is important. So we're not seeing that systemic break of any structure yet. We're in a full parabolic upside move, and we're not seeing any failures yet. The first ones that would even be interesting would be, 61K. But realistically, you're talking about back to 50K. That would be a more interesting break than just the local stuff. Because just breaking this doesn't really change anything. But that's just like the higher time frame in general.
Yeah, you just buy it. Guys, in the chat as well, tell us your positions. I just want to know and be honest. Are you in a short position right now, which is underwater, or are you long? Tell us in the chat, long or short, but be honest, okay? We're also going to do a giveaway at the end of this video. So the person who won last week will be announced this week. So we're going to announce the guy who won, or the girl who won MDX Algo Lifetime membership. But we're going to do another one as well. So stick around to the end of this, guys. We're going to do another giveaway. Slightly different tweet today. But yeah, I think, Chris, you're doing it. You're saying this really well. It's great to continue, man. Let's hear what else you got.
Yeah, so in general, we did a range sideways structure from about, Thursday, Friday, the 29th going through. We effectively broke everything at the upside. And it took us a couple of days to build up enough short liquidity. Again, people trying to short for no reason other than they're panicking that they missed the upside move. And we had a continuation. We're fully parabolic right now in the upside. Have been since Sunday. So also this nice fix here, this nice little wick out on the Monday open effectively took out the CME gap from the weekend. So there's nothing really that says we have to go back down yet to test stuff. At the end of the day, the only breaks that really start getting interesting to me would be something like 61.3, just because it coincides with the monthly open, the March open, which is 61.1. 61.3 is the monthly all-time high close. So that's where it closed on the monthly candle. And there's a weekly failure here. It was the initial weekly failure at 59.3 that broke us back down to, into the bear market from last cycle. But speaking of cycles, let me just go really high time frame here, just to explain this. We're doing something now pre-halving that we have never done before in a cycle. So there's nothing here that says we're going down, nothing that we're
it's faster.
Following up.
Much faster.
Yeah, we're much faster. Now, there is going to be a reckoning. I'm expecting at some point, of course, 20, 30, 40%, something pretty wild as far as a pullback. Is there any evidence of it happening yet? No. So that's all.
You can't predict it. That's why you can't time the top.
Yeah.
It's just you can't predict it. It'll happen when it happens, and you have to short the retest and then potentially accumulate if you think it's going to continue. Also, I just forgot to mention as well, like at the beginning of this video, we were speaking, Chris, actually a few hours ago. We were like, look, we should definitely start doing charts with inflation adjusted charts, because in our VIP community, guys, we did a video on the live stream, and we were speaking about, like, I think most people should be looking at inflation adjusted charts. Okay. And I think we're going to start doing this more and more and more, because there is a key difference. And obviously I did a whole speech essentially about this in our community Discord earlier. I've been literally on stream constantly since the day began. And also it's no sleep, etc. through some personal issues. So it's been a bit hectic, but here's the real, what you should be really doing, guys. You should be looking at charts, inflation adjusted, because let's just say a good example. This is a Bitcoin chart. But if you say a good example at the SPX, SPX actually hasn't accrued any more value since 2000 and the dot-com bubble. So we're going back to 2000s, okay, 2001. So if you make that, so you see how the SPX here, I'm just making a point here, okay, and then I'll get back to Bitcoin. But the SPX has looked as though it's increased its value, okay? The SPX has rallied up, it's increased its value significantly, maybe 4 times, right? Does it say 4x on that or 3x?
Yeah, it's 230% from the dot-com
so yeah, nearly
bubble
3x.
high. Yeah.
So 3x from that high there, which if you go back to the 2000s, that's the peak of the dot-com bubble. And actually, okay, so the SPX has gone up nearly 3 times, right, in price. But actually, the price is not the value, because the value of the SPX has not gone up. It's actually lower. This is now showing you the value of the SPX, okay? Because the SPX has not broken its all-time high of the 2000s. That was the dot-com bubble. That was the actual value. So that was the price, but inflation adjusted. So when you inflation adjust things, what you essentially see is you see the difference between the appreciation of the price and the appreciation of the value. And that's what this whole game's about, guys. And obviously, if you look at Bitcoin right now, it's actually broken its all-time high, inflation adjusted. And what this makes you think as well is that a lot of guys are now saying, like, look, SPX has broken its all-time high, Dow's coming towards its all-time high, actually breaking it. And a lot of guys were saying that short into this. There was a short play, exactly the same as Bitcoin. Comes to the all-time high, you can take a hedge short on that, nothing big. But if we break above it on SPX now, come back and retest it, that will be the trade to play, and that will be the retest of Bitcoin. That will be the breakdown, maybe 42 and continue. But guys, a lot of people think that this is, the doomsday crash is coming. Obviously last year, a lot of people were saying when it dumped, where with Bitcoin in the bear market, a lot of guys were saying, look, it's time for SPX to have a big doomsday crash and go back to the price of 2000s. A lot of guys were targeting those highs, Chris. Those highs there. A lot of guys were targeting those highs on the dump. They're like, yeah, it's going to be like the Wall Street crash of the 1920s. We're going to go there. But guys, the reason we were saying on this channel, we're going to do this more and more and more. We're going to do inflation adjusted charts because me, Will, Chris on this panel, we all understand this concept and we trade accordingly to that because we understand that the SPX has to go up essentially to beat inflation. If it doesn't, it loses value. So the reason that the SPX was not going to dive down to the prior lows of the 2000s of the dot-com bubble is because it would mean it would be significantly under the value, actually. If the SPX goes to the price of the dot-com bubble now, it's not the same. It's not like it went back to the same value. It's a completely different dynamic because of inflation. So, and inflation is essentially just creating more currency. And if you have more currency in the supply, it means that there's more currency bidding on the same amount of stocks and shares and goods and services. Essentially, it's how it works, right? If you have $1 million in the economy and you sell a loaf of bread for $1, if the government creates $2 million in the economy and doubles the circulating supply of US dollars, if your bread doesn't cost $2, your bread is lost value. If your bread goes to $2, it means it's just caught up with inflation. It means you're selling the bread at the same value. But if you start selling your bread and you can't start selling it for $2, that means the value of your bread has dropped and your process and your company is not as good or efficient or doesn't work as well. Anyway, I'm rambling on, but the point is, if you go to the Bitcoin chart, bring it into the Bitcoin chart, I feel like I've got my own concierge doing my charts for me. I don't even have to move. I'm absolutely loving it. I could get used to this, bro. Fucking hell. So, yeah, so in this chart, you can see that, yes, Bitcoin has actually broken the all-time high inflation adjusted. So what Bitcoin's doing is it's proving that it's actually beating the rate of inflation much faster than most other assets, okay? Because the inflation adjusted chart is breaking out, but a lot of the other ones, SPX and the Dow Jones, is not. So what you're seeing here is I think I really want to do this, Chris, and I think we did it in the VIP group. I think we need to do this more. I think we need to start actually trading. If we're going to have an edge, and we're actually going to show people the truth, we need to start using these charts every single stream and to say, look, let's start trading with inflation-adjusted charts because then we can actually really see where things are at. Because most people are thinking, oh, it's an all-time high breakout, it's an all-time high breakout, it's an all-time high breakout, it's got to dump, it's got to dump, it's got to dump. But actually, it's no increase in value in comparison to what it was back in the 2000s. That's SPX. But Bitcoin is very, very fast. You can see how it's keeping up with the rate of inflation and beating it. And all this game is, all making money is buying something that appreciates faster than the rate of inflation, because that means then the value is increasing. If the asset goes up in price at the same rate as inflation, there is no increase in value. You've made nothing. You have to have an asset that beats the rate of inflation, That's the whole game. It's got to jump up, and it's got to beat the 8%. And we know that actually during COVID it was about 30%. So if you buy some eggs, or if everything around you goes up in price, 30%. The reason Bitcoin and gold are great hedges is because they go up 30% as well. So you can keep buying the same amount of shit. But that's why poor people get poorer, because essentially they don't own assets, and then everything gets more expensive around them. And the reason that it's getting more expensive is because the thing they hold is the thing which is getting debased, which is the US dollar and the pound and the euro, the yen. So anyway, we did the whole thing again. Everybody knows that. If you don't know that, now you know that. But like, we need to look at inflation adjusted charts. I completely forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video, but it's really, really crucial. And SBX, this is actually lagging behind Bitcoin. So if you see SBX go up another leg, I think there will be a pullback at resistance here, but it's an ascending formation.
This is the Dow.
Oh, this is the Dow now, yeah. So it's an ascending formation here, so I think it breaks out. But if you see some resistance back to the all-time high, and then Dow, SBX start going, that's going to cause a lot of confidence in other markets like Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's already fucking ahead of them, and it hasn't broken the all-time high yet. So Bitcoin's just beating everything quantifiably on these charts if they're inflation adjusted. So we need to start doing this more often. It's really, really good analysis, man. And like in that VIP chat we were doing earlier, just had a kind of, wasn't an epiphany, because we all know this and we understand the inflation, that assets have to beat inflation to make money.
Yeah, it's a hard explanation for people to understand, like the true value of it. And that should be something that people should be freaking, banging on their government's doors on, especially saying, hey, you're targeting 2% inflation. So that means at best case, the value of my money will decrease by half every 25 years. Realistically, especially in the last couple of years, in the last 4 or 5 years, we've had a devaluation of currency, depending on where you are, from 40% to 50%. So it's theft.
100%. But Bitcoin's rallying, guys, and like Bitcoin's is beating inflation faster than anything else. And if you think SPX and Dow Jones are going to get cooling off, I think there will be some sort of retest of the all-time high. Anything which hits an all-time high usually gets a rejection. Just if you look at any chart, look at the all-time high price. If it comes to it quickly, usually get some sort of pullback just through visual resistance. And people say, "Oh shit, new price discovery bots start chiming in as well." But with Bitcoin, guys, like let's just see where SPX. If SPX is really going to do what it's going to do, I think there will be one more pullback. Here's the thesis again. There's probably one more pullback into territory towards $42,000. This probably happens, but you can't trade it. You can't bet on that. So you have to bet long until proven otherwise. I think it will happen during the summer, during the halving event. I think we will get a pullback back into probably the mid-range of Bitcoin's price action, 42K. But I can't bet on it. I think it might happen, but I can't bet on it right now, because you don't want to be the guy who fucking goes short now and there's a blue sky breakout, no resistance above us. The velocity is impossible to predict. It could go to 100K in one candle, and then you're just like, okay, well, what am I doing? Like, it's going up, and I didn't manage to catch. I've been in Bitcoin for all these years. Everyone's a fucking bull anyway, essentially. Like, why would you get into Bitcoin if you weren't a bull? Essentially, like, what's the point? Like, why would you get into Bitcoin if you're a bear? There is no reason. That's why the whole thing's just perma bullish, because if you were trading, if I was trading FX markets and I didn't think Bitcoin was good, I would just start shorting, buying and selling other shit, which I thought was good. So it's really, really interesting. I think it's a no trade zone. It's up until proven otherwise. There will be a crash. It will happen, but we can't predict exactly when it will happen, because we're getting towards we can't, like, when the market's going down, you can have relevant look to the left and you can look at support. You can look at other indicators. But if you're coming up to blue sky breakout from 2 or 3 years prior price action, and you're trying to say, oh, this is the level it's going to go to with a Fibonacci extension, you're going to get hurt. Like Fibonacci extensions can be great, but I'm not betting on it with the blue sky breakout. And you've got institutions at nearly 12% exposure to Bitcoin. No, legends. This is almost it. I was talking to a friend yesterday. I was having a shisha, and I was like, look, mate, been in crypto for a while. We've all been trying to front run institutions, and this is kind of like the whole thing. We've always wanted to get in before Wall Street, and we've done it. And I was like, this one, I think, is like the probability of this one being it now, and this being the real one, where like the institutions come in, this thing goes, is super high right now. Looking at the frothiness,
it is the one. It is. I mean, look at the ETFs.
It might not be the one. Like, we still don't know yet if this is going to be that one. Okay, which I'm not talking about. Like, I'm talking about the one which takes this to a level of asset which is at the same level as, say, the golds of the world. A 1 million.
For that, you need to wait. You have to wait till the next one, when there's collapsing of currency and across the planet, and people panic into other things.
This might be the one. Like, we'll see.
You'll get. What's funny is that I was thinking about that, and what we saw in the last cycle play out really nicely was the dollar milkshake theory. which is a theory about the
sure,
dollar
sure. I
soaking
remember
up.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, so this was like the dollar milkshake theory, what played out from the bear market. You know, that effectively was the end, the double bottom there that led to the eventual major move up. And this entire parabolic move eventually broke as expected. But this was, I think it was the head of the Santander Bank who coined the phrase. Effectively, that the
Yeah,
dollar would soak up
Santander.
all the liquidity from other currencies. And I think the next thing to play out, and I don't think I've heard the term yet, but I think there's going to be the Bitcoin milkshake theory, where people literally exit other currencies to something that's quantifiable, stable, and not
Yeah, that's the exit.
inflation proof.
Yeah. You wouldn't call it
Yeah.
that. I understand exactly what you're saying. It makes complete sense. But you would just call that the flight to safety moment. Because like there's always the moment where you have the dollar milkshake theory all goes into the dollar. Let's just say a different fiat currency happens to. But then like the flight to safety historically is the gold, because gold is money. So everyone just jumps to gold. But I think what you're saying is, instead of it's essentially when the dollar has that moment happens, Bitcoin's going to capture so much of that market now. It's 100, that's what they coin it. 28% exposure. It's done. When the dollar collapses, you've got how the derivatives market is quantified or denominated in US dollars. So you're looking at a $1.5 quadrillion derivatives market. Most of that's paper assets, which need to go somewhere. There's nothing actually physical backing it up. Then you've got the actual base currency of the US market, which is about $150 trillion. And you've got all of the other shit which is going to get affected by US dollars, because essentially if the US dollar is debased, everything else is going to jet up. Everything is going to be a melt up. It's a melt up essentially in prices in USD. But where's all that purchasing power going to go? It's going to go into gold, Bitcoin, and silver. And if that whole, obviously we're getting to that kind of, what was that guy who came out the other day? It was like, it's going to be like kind of the God candle. That's the moment when we know, okay, shit. But it's getting closer and closer and closer by the day. That's why it's just like, you just don't get in the way of this. We're at the all-time high. It's rallied so quickly. You're long until proven otherwise. You can only buy the support. And this could do something galactic. Like literally galactic. It could go to $1 million. It seriously could go to $1 million. And like, I wouldn't have thought that, but the start of this year, I thought we're going to have a pretty easy year, up to 48 to 50K. We're not going to get any big ETF moves in this kind of shit. And then look, I said, if we're going to be at 14% exposure to institutions, we'll be at all-time high, and we're at 12% institution exposure. I said that at the start of the year. So the only thing I'm going to say is that if the Bitcoin treasuries, we go on the Bitcoin treasuries website, you might have it up actually, Chris. I'll quickly show it on mine. If you go, I'm rambling on, but if you go Bitcoin treasuries, if this number goes to 14%, I said we'll likely be at the all-time high, and guess what? We're at 12% almost, and we are almost fucking there. I'll tap you back in. Oh, oh yeah, look at this. Yeah, shit.
Yeah, I was just about to say that was literally perfect timing. So this is from Citigroup, which is obviously Citibank, and essentially this is the days past the ETF, and this is how gold, essentially how much flows in gold, inflation adjusted to Bitcoin, and you guys can see it's literally a complete joke.
It's so fast, so
fast, guys. It's like literally it took gold, like probably if this chart continued, it's looking like 2 years to get here. This is just crazy, and I love how
the thing is with I don't know if you were saying the thing is with gold though. It's like I looked at this actually earlier as well. I saw it on my feed, but I did think to myself, I was like, well, the thing is with it, I think institutions still had a lot of exposure, and gold has been around for so many thousands of years that most of it's just pent up. In government, essentially government lockers and vaults. So it's such a good sign considering looking at how fast that is. But also like institutions haven't been able to buy Bitcoin, and people were able to buy Bitcoin for many, many hundreds of years before,
Yeah, I agree. I think we need to start calling gold bugs boomer rock enjoyers. I like that phrase as well.
Yeah, boomer rock enjoyers is absolutely legendary.
But anyway, I'll pass over to Chris.
It's actually the truth. They love rocks. Like we enjoy digital Bitcoins with our little fucking hashes and our little wallets, but it's actually the truth, man. Yeah, go for it, Chris. I got your screen up.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of people asking you for alts and stuff, and this is such a great example. I'm on SHIB right now, and we talked about alts and how the last couple of weeks we kept saying like, guys, like alts are going to go very hard, right? And they're going to be selectively going with the capital rotation, but it's still being led mostly by Bitcoin. The things you want to keep an eye on for altcoins that can do potentially astounding things, it's how much short liquidity they have left in the market. Do they still have liquidity from back in December, right? Are they doing overall higher lows against the major low that matters? Did that December break some previous structure? It did. And look what it's done now, just in the last like 8 days. Like it's up 250%. Where it hit highs 250, 300% almost. Now it's still sitting at about 248 in the last 8 days. And this is not a small cap coin. I mean, all top 100 altcoins are now back above $1 billion market cap. That's top 100. So
you should show the new indicator, bro, in the derivatives suite, because it actually does a great job at showing those and that information as well. There you go. Bang it on. Is it? Can you hear us, mate?
Loading up.
Oh yeah,
I can hear you. Sorry,
I thought I lost you. I'm too knackered right now to speak, and I was just like, I was quite enjoying the silence. It was like that nice little hello. What's going on, leggies?
Yeah, so I mean, this is a perfect example of something that's just incredibly perpetual driven. I'm on the USDT chart now, but if I go to like the perp, that's what is it, 1,000 SHIB? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so even here, I mean, the massive expansion of overall volume just increasing dramatically in this entire move. And even now, I mean, comparatively, we just saw the spot volume. The derivatives volume is leading the way across the board on everything, and especially so for Bitcoin. Like the derivatives volume is so much significantly higher than the spot volume, to the point that even on Bitcoin, I was seeing some posts on crypto Twitter that Kraken and some other U.S. exchanges didn't have anything to sell. This is exactly like the supply crunch we talked about.
Supply crunch is happening, yeah. 100%. This is literally exactly what's happening right now. Because just look at Bitcoin treasuries, it's 12%. It was at 7% a year ago. It's gone up 7%. 7% of all Bitcoin has been bought by institutions in the last fucking year. And that's what's happening. You're just getting complete supply shock. This is literally, I do think that this cycle is going to be the cycle which all Bitcoin hodlers and all Bitcoin people have been waiting for. I think with very high probability right now. It's not guaranteed that it's going to be the crazy one, but I think it's a very high probability that this is going to be the one, which is the biggest one in terms of maybe even the biggest percent gain. It'd be difficult to beat the very first bull market from like, say, $1 or so up to 1,000. I think it actually went for 120 to 1,000, but there was one before that, which was mental. But yeah, going from inception is going to be difficult because obviously it's not going to trade like a microcap altcoin, but I think in terms of the one which everyone's been waiting for the, let's just say since 2015, where the late majority, the late early adopters got in. I do think that for those types of individuals who've been in this for like say about 10 years, this is going to be the one because you can't bet against those quantifiable numbers. The treasuries are buying it up like crazy. It's jumped a percentage in one night, and we're seeing a frenzy essentially, and we're at the blue sky breakout. And like I said, I do think there's going to be a pullback. I do think we're going to pull back during the halving period, but you can't bet on that. I'm not betting on the pullback. I'm not trying to short. I'm not doing anything. I'm long until proven otherwise. I'm only buying support on the way down and then potentially the retest of the high. That's the only way you can trade this, guys. If anyone tells you there's any other way to trade this, they're lying or they're just trying to look like they understand something that they don't. It's the only thing you can do right now. You can't look to short. Otherwise, you're just going to end up like the Gareth Soloways, the fucking, who else was doing it? There was another guy I was reading the other day. He did a tweet telling out, yes, I'm looking for this thesis where I'm at the Fibonacci extension. I'm shorting this amount. It's like, bye. You got wrecked. Like, there was another guy coming out. I can't remember his name. Doing some mental shit with some shorts. But yeah, it's not the way to go.
I agree. And like I said before, there's nothing else to do except continue to long until proven otherwise. But the alts in general that I'm still interested in are the ones like Matic that just took its liquidity in the last over the weekend, and then currently you're looking for liquidity that's left back in December, November, potentially even in January. So you want something that ignore this stuff, right? You want an alt that's trading down here that still has that short liquidity left that hasn't gone yet. Like those to me are still exciting, but even in the high caps, top 100, top 200, if we can even find any that are doing that's what I'm most interested in.
Yeah, the ones.
Litecoin's another one that was interesting. Yeah, just because it had its major move last summer, and now we're back at the major resistance on Litecoin, and Litecoin just needs to break that for having a major continuation. But
you're
it's very similar to what we saw.
Put your altcoins in the chat, guys. We'll do some altcoins because I do think we'll do some altcoins with the indicators because the indicators, like, let's just be completely honest here, legends. Like, if you put on Trend Collection, which is one of our favorite indicators in the community, and then you just throw on the reverse, hidden bullish divergences. I actually did a whole. Okay, if you guys want to have a little lesson, which I actually did in the so if you go here, you click on Academy, and then you go through over to our actual trading course, which you can see here. When you click Start Course, there's a video called there's RSI Mastery, and then there's also something like Trend or something Mastery. Okay, you can go find it in there. And what essentially I was doing, I was just articulating the fact, like, if you want to keep into an uptrending market like Bitcoin, let's just say you're struggling with this, you're struggling to stay in your positions, and you keep getting cut out, and you say, you get into this move here, and then suddenly you take profit here, and it goes sideways, and you're like, oh fuck, I missed the next move. So then you long here, but it nukes on you, you sell at a loss, and you keep like chopping yourself up at the last bits, and you're just like, why didn't I just hold from here to here? And why is I just trying to get in and out all the way up here? Which can lose you a lot of money, a lot of fees, a lot of bullshit. Honestly, the way to do it is by using hidden divergences. So basically you have hidden and reversals. So you have hidden bullish divergences or bearish divergences, or you have regular hidden or bearish. Hidden, fucking hell, I'm just doing my words in. Regular
and hidden.
Thank you, Christopher. I really enjoy you. I love you, my brother.
Yeah. So regular divergences. Regular divergences show the potential for a massive trend change. Like that's regular divergences are trend changing. Hidden divergences are usually pullbacks followed by continuation of the overall trend.
Yeah, cool. Thank you for doing that, my concierge team. I feel so happy. Yeah, no, guys, the only reason I'm knackered is I've streamed like 3 times today. I'm going through some personal stuff at the moment as well, which has just been taking up quite a lot of sleep. But I'm back, and we're doing this. So yeah, what we want to look for, guys, when you're in these uptrending markets is look for these hidden bullish divergences, these green arrows here. This is the MDX indicator, the MDX oscillator. So it's oscillator collection. Not all of these are, but most of them are. If you just line up in an uptrend, these hidden bullish divergences, here's one hidden bullish divergence continuation. Here's one hidden bullish divergence continuation. Here's another one. Had a move to the upside a little bit at the beginning and then went flat. Fine. One which wasn't great at the continuation. Another one here, hidden bullish divergence, had a pop to the upside. Again, flat. Pretty decent, not perfect. Hidden bullish divergence here, had a pop to the upside, went flat. Get your stop loss in. Perfect. This one here, crazy. Hidden bullish divergence here. Beautiful continuation. 2 hidden bullish divergences here and here. Beautiful continuations. And then this one here as well, hidden bullish divergence again. So what these do is they just keep you in your positions and you don't like get chopped up by like in and out. It just gives you the confidence to stay in. And for uptrending, uptrending strategies, you really want to be using something like that with a trailing stop. A lot of guys don't like trailing stops, but if you really do, engineer them correctly with the dynamic stop, etc., they can really just keep you in the position. This is the MDX Trading Bot doing that same thing. But this is the MDX oscillator collection. It's one of the most easy indicators we've created it to just get you into a position where it's just a green fucking line which says, or a green dot which says, look, keep in your positions. This will make you we all know, guys, this game is about holding on to your winners. You want to hold on to your winners, and if you do, you're going to make fuck tons because you need the winners to win. You can lose 10 times, but you need that one winner just to win big and just be like, we are back in the game. So anyway, I'm kind of just going a little bit of an education thing. I have a whole video series on that in my in the academy. But yeah, I'll bring you back in, Chrissy boy. You saved me. The concierge team got me back, even though I've had no sleep.
Yeah, no, I'll just getting some tickers that are coming through that are interesting. Gala still having a continuation here, which is nice to see. Overall higher time frame. The major gain happened back on Monday last week. That major gain happened at the early open, which is always a major level to gain. 4 hour is where we're at resistance now. As long as we squeeze into this thing, it looks fine. Loss at 0.412 would be kind of like losing the upside range. Everything's been bullshit back tested. You're at a level where you should be distributing. Gala doing the same as again. G. Yeah, we got that continuation. I'm just saying, so even this is a perfect example of something that's already sent. Like I said, if you guys have tickers that haven't already, taken their Christmas liquidity, their short liquidity, like if it was trading down here at the early open, those are the interesting ones because where are we at now? We're at very higher time frame resistance on Gala, right? So
I think some
can't go higher.
Let me show you some altcoins that I think could go, because this one had a nice jet off here. It's trying to break this trend. If it holds it, I think Ultra could be one to look for, actually, which is going to get an absolute nuclear one. Dogecoin has had a pretty decent move. Like, this is a really nice move on Doge. Like, I'm very happy with that. This is likely going to come down and probably retest some stuff as well, probably in the summer. Fucking hell, Shib went for it. Look at Shib. That's literally a bolt. What, Leggies? That is absolutely insanity. Like, everyone's just literally, that's a 3x in about two weeks. That's insane, Leggies. I wasn't expecting Shib to pull that off. I think it's even more than Doge in terms of percent. I'm in Doge more. Let's just go from the very lows. So it's about the same from the very lows. Here, it's going to be less. Definitely, it's a bigger market.
Wait, look at Pepe. Look at Pepe.
Is it just doing something stupid right now?
Just dumb.
Look at Pepe.
You guys are going to do my head in right now. Pepperoni. Wait, what's that? Let me get a better chart. What the mashup, bro? Really? They just haven't got very good fucking exchanges, have they?
You need the USD one, I think.
USDT or just USD?
Nah,
Yeah?
just like a USD has the older one, I think. Yeah. Oh no, that is it. Okay, that is it. That is it.
Mate, what is going on with Peps? You having an absolute what, bro? Is that what? 8 times, bro.
Yeah, they're not messing
Yo,
about.
I didn't even see that. I've had my head in the sand this weekend, bro. Like, that is insane. The Pepe Reina doing that like that. Insanity. I got into a short around here when it closed, got down, but that is insanity. Like, this is going to be a great opportunity, guys. I was doing a whole video about this actually earlier, and I was saying that, you know, a lot of guys okay, look, altcoins which are going to do 8x and like that, and all these shit coins and microcap coins, you're going to have to put a lot of money in lots of different places to catch the one which is going to do that. And congratulations if you caught that. But the easier way to go about this is to say, look, if this thing moons like that, and obviously it's a shit coin, it's going to probably drop 90% in the future. You can now say there's a big opportunity here, because this has mooned so quickly that all you've got to do now is wait until it begins to lose momentum. And the momentum break would be something like this, back down. Obviously, we all know what it looks like, something like that. And then maybe up one more time, break, and then it comes like this, and it just begins to like kind of curve over, you know? Something like that, maybe back in, a little bit of a high, one more go, and then see on the flippers, you know? So, like, now, guys, Pepe's done this. Just keep an eye on it, because as soon as you see a break of trend or a break of structure or a break of behavior, this is going to be a really nice trade, because this will likely come back very, very quickly. But, guys, this is probably not going to happen anytime soon. It's probably going to go on a nice long run, like Dogecoin, like Shiba, all these meme coins are going to moon. But just know that if you miss the meme coin, just think about it. There's a potential 90% correction here coming at some point. So just think to yourself, put that away, put it to the side, and be like, 90% coming soon. Just need to get in on that 90% drop. And whether you get it from here, you know, here, you're still going to get a juicy drop, because essentially wherever you short from, you always have the capacity to make 100%. So when you long, you don't always have the capacity to make 8x. If it makes 8x, it's very difficult to make 8x again. It can happen, but it just makes it exponentially more difficult to make 8x again, because you need it is an elliptic curve of exponential growth. So you can't just get it. Can happen if it really grows the size of the market, but it's very difficult to keep getting, let's just say, Bitcoin from $1 to 69K. Like 100,000% doesn't come around every easy, and it gets more and more difficult for the percents to go up. But with shorting, you can short here, short here, short here, short here, short here, short here, even short here. You can still make 100% on every single trade. So that's the beauty of shorting. You can just make 100% wherever you are, but you can't do that with longs, okay? But even though making 100,000, it's the universe.
But we're not just to be clear, we're not telling people to short stuff right now. This is just
no.
For the eventual break, like we are not talking about shorting any coins at all right now at all.
You need to wait.
Chill out
For the short, legends. The short is this. It nukes, and then we fucking do that, all right? And then we wait for that, and then we short, okay? That's what we do, legends. No shorts.
You know what? You know what's gearing up for a real nice short though is dog with hat, whiff.
Dog with hat.
What are you doing? What are you doing, sir?
Go on, whiff. No, mate, whiff's been doing bits. Whiff just did a 10x, mate. Whiff is
whiff with an F or whiff with
WIF? Mate, it's at a $1.6 billion market cap. It just went mental.
Whiff.
But I was long with.
I wish I was on it this weekend, bro. I just had loads of personal shit to do with. I'm going through. If anyone doesn't know, I'm going through just a personal cabal with the girlfriend. So like, it's just been completely thinking about that and not thinking about this. This weekend has been mental for these alts. Actually, this has been happening. This has been happening for the last week anyway. It's been up 4 days.
Yeah, it's been going mental, dude.
It's going mental, dude. Like, it's just sick to see it. And like, when Bitcoin does have its next nuke, obviously right now, of course, guys, don't short. I'm not saying short. There is no fucking trade. Don't short and don't even long. Don't buy or sell right now. Just wait until the big crash and then buy that. If you're not in already, guys, like, fucking hell. We've been saying get long the whole thing up. Like, we've been long since the beginning of time, and I've got a massive hodl stack. So we're all looking good. But like, if you're not in Bitcoin yet and you're like, what do I do now? Don't be that guy, all right? There to buy or sell. You can't win either or. If you buy, see on the flippers. If you fucking sell, it does that. Whatever you fucking do is going to do the opposite. So you might as well do this. Wait for the relevant support levels. If you do get a pop down to the downside, you look to buy it. And if it doesn't manage to break the high, then we have some sort of breakdown. If you buy support, guess what? It might do that. And that's what it did after the fucking ETF. I was like, oh, there was no buy the rumor, sell the news event. You are literally a twat if you think that. And I'm not even going to hold that back. It went down 22% and it came to the next support level we were talking about. I think we were all calling $39,000. It went to that on a fucking wick. You got the first support back down, and guess what? It mooned. Do that same thing on every single piece of price action, okay? Anyway, bring up some more altcoins, boys. Let's hit some altcoins. What's going on? Like, what's cracking? What's the next one, Will?
Gosh, I got loads, bro. There's a bunch that are sending. You could go on Wen as well, Chris. Wen and Bonk have gone completely crazy as well.
Mate, they like, honestly, this market just loves the degen. They just love the degen.
Mate, yeah, look at Bonk.
Whoa. Is that a new price discovery right now?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
mate, this is honestly a fucking. This is such a great blessing because people don't understand these meme coins. Like, yes, they're on these huge runs right now. They're going to do something crazy, but I have made millions of dollars shorting Shiba, Doge. I did ADA when it's still a shit coin, but back in the day, Pepe. These aren't, for me, they're not for longing. Like, because at the end of the day, if you're going to long meme coins, right, you're going to have to lose in hundreds of them because most of them aren't going to make it. Like, if you're going to go and try and find the next bonk out of nowhere and get 100,000 times or whatever it is.
Spread your risk.
It's just, you got to spread it all out. You're probably going to actually not make any money. And if you did find the 100,000 one, then fine, you made it back. But imagine if you were never that guy. Who fucking knows these meme coins? There's nothing to go by in terms of the fundamentals or the entry. So, like, this is just offering up really nice. You jump on this, guys. You throw on a few of our indicators, and if you literally trade this right now, bonk, right, with our indicators, right, on a lower time frame, you are trading against children with fake KYC cards, and they literally, it's like they're going into a shop and buying illegal drugs. They're going in and they're buying alcohol, and it's like, you are not allowed, you're a child, but they are the ones trading this right now. It's just kids and probably older dudes and women who are fucking acting like kids because they're trading bonk. But like, look at these trades, legends. Like, you can literally take this. We have a back-tested thing on this as well. So you can have a look at how well it's doing back-tested and just literally click buy and sell when it says buy and sell. Buy, sell. It's just what up, buy. You can literally just use this. And if you go on a lower time frame, you're going to get even more shit going on. This is on the focus settings. So this is auto charting tools on. Go watch my prior video as well. I did a whole fucking video on this. But like, auto charting tools have that on as well. So you know where the SR levels are. And just play these fucking buy and sell calls, guys. You're trading against children. It's too easy. Just say to yourself, look, if it's a sell call and it's in overbought territory, I take a trade. If it's up here and it's a buy, cancel it out. Just bring up a spreadsheet and do five or six different things. Say, if you're in a long like this, you're above this blue line, you get hidden bullish divergences. That's the key one I use. So you have a buy signal, you're above the moving averages, you get hidden bullish divergence. That is literally the easiest way. Like, hidden bullish divergence just to make shit tons of cash. You literally can do this with your eyes closed. Okay, buy signal, you buy above the fucking moving average and you get this. That's just have a spreadsheet. Make money. Don't get wrecked. It's too easy. You just need the MDX algo indicators. As simple as that.
Yeah, the next hot shit coin is going to be Pepe with hat, I'm pretty sure, because they always go in rotations, right? And so The other with hat has just gone mental, and so generally,
Wait,
all
is it trading on? Is it on TradingView right now? Pepe with hat.
No, you can't. It's literally only on. It's a Sol shitcoin. It's only on Radium, Orca, and Jupiter. But it's
Pepe, what with? Is it literally just Pepe?
It's called Piff. So the other one was called Whiff, and this one's called Piff.
You know, these guys are just absolutely hectic, aren't they? So what? I don't know which one this is going to be though. So you need to get a fucking. Let's have a look at this on Sol, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what? Fucking altcoin cool. Yeah, this looks like it's going to do something. Like whatever this is. You know the altcoin we called Rocky. That just had a fucking moon as well. Rocky mooned. Myro's back in the game, even though we didn't get into it, but it's just back. You know, what? Like, look, it's just back in the game. This is the altcoin which launched today. Let's see where it's at. It was a bit sluggy off the bat. Yeah, record. This is just someone's bleeding. And then Prop C as well. This is the one I got in the seed. I got on the pre-sale, sorry. This is absolutely galactic. Oh, this one is just going to do something nuts. Like, as soon as they get listed on fucking... I think they are actually listed on Bybit now. Can't remember what's going on, but I think this one's going to go absolutely ballistic. It's like, guys, real estate on the blockchain. That whole narrative with all the no coin is going to come back, but now the ETFs are in. All the no coins like, yes, actually, I do think blockchain real estate will work. I'm going to go and buy. It's going to get mental, Leggies. Look at that. It's just, guys, you need the indicators, and all you need to do is have trend collection with focus on, and just use this. Literally, you could even scalp with these little yellow. It's just too easy. You can have the buy and sell calls with little scalp strategy and reverse and fucking reverse and hidden bullish divergences and bearish divergences. Your concierge, you're wrong. Institutions are buying meme coins and selling them to fact. Trust me, this is... Should we do some questions now, Legends? You up for it? Let me see what's going on. Concierge, you're wrong. Institutions are buying meme coins and selling them to fact.
No, they're not. We can't even get access to the meme coins, mate. There's no chance. That's why an ETF exists, because they literally cannot buy Bitcoin unless it has an institutional product. So you are wrong.
They're not buying them. They're not buying them. Crypto Sam, brother, mate, I don't know what you're on about, but they're not buying them. It's retail.
Wrong.
I mean, yeah, I mean, no, it's... realistically, before the ETFs were there, it was Grayscale, and then it was MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy. That's why Saylor's the king. He saw that there was no ETFs, so he says, "I'll make my company into an ETF."
Is this the ticker for him? Should we get what's MicroStrategy doing right now in terms of the ticker?
Oh, it's over 1K.
It's going mental.
Yeah, I think he's like.
Look at this. Look at this.
Is it doing a Tesla back in 2020? Let me have a look. Double click on this. Yeah. Oh. Look at that hilarious swing as well. Crazy. So it's got some work to do. In terms of that prior high up there, it's definitely doing well. But it's that was when they first announced all the Bitcoin stuff in the 2021s, right?
Are you looking at my chart? No, this
I'm
is
looking at your chart.
No, this is back in 2000, back when they were .com kings of the actual company. Yeah, so then they had the actual .com crash, and you look at like what that went to. I mean, that's almost like hilarious. Saylor, you know,
inflation
give him
adjust
credit
it,
for
bro. Inflation adjust it. Let's see what he's really doing. I've literally just got like the Viking just blasting my charts up. Let's have a look.
Yeah, it's near the 21 highs, inflation adjusted.
Yeah, not bad. Actually doing bits. I think he's going to be one of the. I don't think he'll ever be like a Microsoft, but he's going to be one of those. I think he could be like obviously MicroStrategy is a slightly different company to Microsoft, and it's probably never going to get to that valuation. But it's he could become one of them fangs. You know, if Bitcoin goes to $1 million, he generally legitimately could become like one of the fangs. I have to change the name. Whack him in there.
I was about to say, you need to do fang him.
He'll just turn into one of the fang'em. Fang'em. Mate, it'll be actually sick to see Saylor. Honestly, Saylor, like he did get in late, but that's fine because he's allowed to get in late because he couldn't even get it himself. But what he's done for the space, I saw him do a big, it's always good when you see someone do a live talk, and see how they react and how they talk. And it just makes you realize that who they are as a person. And if they can do that well, it's just a very, very good thing to see in someone. And he's done a lot of big talks, and he's definitely influencing more people than probably anyone else in crypto right now. I don't know who else would be influencing more people than him. Don't know.
Yeah, this is a major level for MicroStrategy. This is a level where you'd want to take some type of profit, just because if you have it, just because of where it's at. You're testing the all-time high, .com bubble low weekly structure, and it came to it through the dot, which is funny.
Yeah, this guy's blasting again.
Who's blasting?
This guy's I didn't put it up. This guy's blasting again, just blasting everyone. MDX concierge team, whatever. Speak to GoBit. GoBit. Wait. Do you not mean
GoBit?
Yeah, wait. Do you wait? You not mean BitGo? Don't you mean BitGo? They manage one of the market funds. Yeah, no, dude. I don't know if you mean BitGo. They essentially they're not actually running an ETF essentially, so they're not going to be buying meme coins through an ETF, obviously. But there might be some fund managers using a product buying meme coins, but it's not going to be institutions themselves. They're going to be buying on behalf of family offices and bullshit. Gareth Soloway, here we go. Gareth Soloway influenced more people than anyone. I don't know about that. I don't think he's actually that big. I think he's quite big, but I don't think he's influenced more people than Michael Saylor. No, don't think so, mate.
I hope not, for their sakes.
Yeah, I really hope not. That would be really sad. I've streamed like 3 times and I'm knackered, and someone's telling me Gareth Soloway has influenced the market more than Michael Saylor. I think I might lose it at this point. Like, imagine that's the truth. I might just lose it.
I mean, that's why all of the plebs were shorting all the way up, and now we're seeing long shorts on centralized exchanges flip to some degree, where people are starting to realize, like, oh, if I press the red button, I get slapped. I get wrecked.
Here's a question. You think Coinbase can emulate MicroStrategy? No. I don't know what you mean. Like, Coinbase is a different type of business. Obviously, MicroStrategy is essentially acting almost like an ETF for, retail buyers, because essentially, when you buy MicroStrategy, you are kind of betting on, the balance sheet of these companies, and the treasury is all Bitcoin. So, you are getting exposure to Bitcoin through proxy, which is actually quite cool. And I think, it's not for everyone. And I wouldn't say you want to have it just MicroStrategy stock. But there is a big plus to that, because let's just say MicroStrategy actually does something in the company side, which is really, really phenomenal with AI or something. Then you actually just get this kind of double whammy. But obviously, then there's the caveat to that where Michael Saylor might come out with a blunt, on TV, on Joe Rogan, like Elon Musk, and just dump the price in today. So
Would it cost Tesla $5 billion when that's done, or something like that?
Yeah, honestly, I can't believe it. Like, it was mental. I think the SEC tried to do shit with him and stuff. It was weird. They were trying to investigate him. Like, did you do it on purpose to not nuke your price? Are you short? Let me have a look at your balance sheet, sir. But you're all going to the chat.
The chat's gone on about 100% funding rates. Everyone's banging on about this week. I think it's because of Rand talking about it. 100% funding rates literally is not even a thing, because that's just something made up. It's like the APY borrowing it for the year, right? But actually, that's not even that much. During peak bull, it goes to 0.3% every 8 hours. So that's 1% a day. So literally max funding rates is actually more like 400 to 500% a year. So everyone banging on about 100% and it needs to dump just doesn't know what they're talking about.
What they say 100% funding rates? What, per every 4 hours? Obviously, that's ridiculous. What's going on?
No. I mean, it's that you're hitting 100% like a year.
Yeah. But that only means, if you divide that up, it only means it's whatever that is divisible by. It's point.
So over a year, you can make 100% if you're in the correct side of funding. How do you know it's going to always be in your favor of the trade?
It definitely won't be. But what it's saying is just like peak funding rates, the highest funding rates that altcoins or most things can go on most exchanges.
0.2
is it's about 0.37. But some exchanges have extended that. Certain things went to remember when TRB pumped, it was 2% funding. So every day you got charged 6% for holding the position. So people talking about 100% funding rates, go and work out 6% a day times 365.
It's just absurd. Obviously there are guys I know a guy who actually does this. He's super good at it, and liquidity providing, and they just go and essentially chase down the good funding rates. But you have to be very smart, because you have to really understand the market dynamic of the price structure, because you need to really identify when things are going to go into a range. And he actually uses an ATR system, and he tries to identify when something's going to go into a range, and he'll basically play both the sides of the books for the funding. But if you get caught offside and you get stopped out, you can lose a lot of money. you know, doing that shit. It's definitely not an easy game. Definitely not, sire.
I mean, a lot of big players make a ton of money in like peak bull market. The typical thing is just long the asset and short the perp, and so you're net neutral and you just milk the funding. It's pretty
little cash flow,
pretty lucrative.
Yeah, we're just gonna make giga money just holding longs essentially. Like this is just getting to the point now where like every single time I buy, it's just, you know, I've got to the point now with my cash flow. I'm just holding it. I'm just waiting for the next nuke. I don't care when it comes. Who knows when it comes? Like I said, direction is much more easy than velocity. And if this thing just wants to keep going, I'm just gonna wait for the next 20% dump, see if it's a support, buy it, continue. I don't know, man. Like look at those meme coins. Like they're gonna. A lot of guys have made some money on that shit. Obviously, the money's come from Bitcoin, but a lot of guys are making money on that shit. And like, yo, when they start nuking, and then everyone's, I think the next big thing as well is like, you know, Bitcoin's going to do this big move like it is. And then the sell is not going to be to USDT first. The Mexican wave effect. Like, I'm going to coin this, and I'm going to be the one who created it. It's going to be the crypto Mexican wave, or the Mexicana. I'll call it the crypto Mexicana. All right. That's what I fucking call this fucking theory of mine, which isn't really theory. It's actually quite based and actually has a lot of, not now, sir. Sorry, phone ringing. It's based on a lot of evidence if you look at order flow. Everyone buys fucking Bitcoin. It starts the Mexican wave because no one's selling into USDT right now. They're going to go into the next altcoin. That's going to moon up ETH into the same level as Bitcoin. And then it's going to go from high caps, medium caps, small caps, and then micros. And it's a fucking Mexicana wave through the market. It starts at Bitcoin. People don't go to USDT yet. They just buy the next fucking altcoin and they Mexican wave it. It's quite interesting that meme coins have taken that space so early. I suppose Ethereum is pumping as well. But if Bitcoin actually goes to something like 500K this market cycle, you're going to see those medium cap, big cap, medium cap, small cap, and micro caps just go do something absolutely nuts. I hope Dogecoin eclipses $1. That would be fucking memey as hell, considering it's the oldest legacy one.
Yeah, it's the original.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, some of the comments people were saying, like, look at XRP on the weekly, and it's like, yeah, doesn't really look anything overly impressive. It still has bear market, some bearish liquidity back from like November, December, but likely to have a continuation move higher. But compared to other things that can 2, 3, 4, 5x, which is the majority of, well, most of like the alt market, it's not overly great.
Time to surf the Mexicana crypto wave, bro. Yeah, let's go. Sorry, I cut you off. Carry on, brother.
No worries. Yeah, I'm just looking at some of these. Like Doge is finally having a big move right now. Still has a lot of stuff left back from the previous cycle, but we're up there. We're getting into some resistance.
Pepe Reina 8x. Honestly, fuck me. When did it do it as well? How many days did it take to do that Pepe Reina pump? How many days is that?
So from the higher low here?
Yeah, well, no, just do the jet off when it just went absolutely cliffed, you know, like Intergalactic. It's a rocket ship, essentially. It literally looks like Elon's rockets. It's about 5 days, 7 days, 1 week.
Yes, 1 week, and it did a 5x or 500%, so 6.
But the mental thing is, this time all the money went to the small caps first. Like small caps have been going mental. Like all.
I know, that's what I just said. It's the meme coins which have gone mental, and it's fascinating because usually it does. The Mexican wave kind of goes down quite nicely. It's like real estate. You know, all of the high end stuff gets bought up when the opportunity is diminished. Then you go to like the less rich kind of suburbia areas, and the suburbia areas pop, and then everyone's like, "There's no opportunity to suburban," so they go to like the poor areas. They redevelop, and then they go all the way to like essentially. Then it goes all the way down to like caravans and shit. It actually goes through the whole fucking market just where the opportunity is. But everyone's just jumped to memes. It just shows how degen-y this market's getting and like how gambly it is. Like I think honestly, these meme coins are just going to become the new casino where you go into these casinos and it's just like the meme coins like that. And you're like pressing red and green. Whoa, what was that?
I think everyone last year made really good portfolios and got outperformed by some dude buying Doge, and they're like, "Fuck this," and they just go straight in for Doge this time.
Yeah,
bro, did you hear that?
What happened?
Did you just hear that? There was a massive lightning bolt in Dubai, and I just heard thunder kicking off.
No, I didn't hear that.
Bro, that sounded mental. Did something just blow up in Dubai? Let me just check that out. One sec. That was a huge lightning bolts thing, and then Sound like something blew up. Is the Burj about to fucking collapse, bro? Hectic.
Someone
you guys
said,
can just chat, by the way.
Axe on the good stuff.
Hey, did you, mate? Bro, did you hear? Did you not hear that? That was mental. It was like a lightning bolt and then a huge thunderstorm behind me. I'm in the tallest building in the fucking world. I'm basically in it. Shit. I've had a crazy couple of days. What's the chat saying?
Just loads of hilarious shit.
Yeah, some guys like the internet's good though. Yeah, the internet's good, but I'm about to get fucking blasted in the Burj. Anyway, I'm actually moving in. The internet is good now, but I'm moving into my new apartment on the 8th. So only got about 3 or 4 days until I move in. Gonna get brand spanking new internet, fiber optic, massive desk, big setup, and just giga the fuck out of this bull market, guys. I need to get back into the flow. You know, get back into like the daily flow of streaming again. That was a fucking big time. When I was streaming every day and just sitting there, just blasting, it was actually mental how many hours I was doing. You can hear it now. You guys probably can't hear it.
Oh,
Anyway,
but hey, we should do the giveaway since Smallio needs to go to his meeting.
Yeah, sure. Let's do the giveaway. Yeah. So, who is the winner, Christopher? You're announcing it this week, aren't you?
Yes. So we got
Giveaway
a guy.
time, guys.
I'm going to copy it and post it in the chat. This is his Twitter handle. And it's this guy, Civmaster.
You can fire it in the chat. Sid Master. Okay, let me find it. All right, Sid Master. You are a legend. I'll put you on the screen. You won a MDX lifetime membership. Congratulations, brother. You are going to join us. You're going to be with us till the day we die. You're going to be sitting in a fucking armchair next to me. And I'm like, you want to do Bitcoin? And you're like, yeah, we're going to be old and raccooned. And we're going to be billionaires because we bought the itty bitty. So, yeah, you win, bro. Congratulations. We're going to do another giveaway now. So stick around, guys, on this video. We've got 400 of you in here. We're going to do another giveaway right now. Okay? And I'm going to go over to Twitter. I might even do it on my Twitter. Why don't I do it on my Twitter? Actually, no, do it on your Twitter. Sorry. Do it on the MDX Algo Twitter, Will and Stefan, the one we wrote, and then I'll retweet it, of course. That makes more sense, doesn't it? Everybody wins. Everybody wins in the world of the MDX. You know? Hey, this mood I'm in. So are we gonna post that now, legends, or are we gonna wait? Should we do it now? Put a like on this video and in the chat say, do you want us to do the giveaway now or do you want us to chart for longer? Giveaway now or wait? Does it rain sand in Dubai? No, it rains fucking gold, diamonds, and money. Okay, let's do it. Everyone's saying now. MDX Algo, okay. Thank you for everyone who joined this one. So we know who the winner was. So are you going to post it now, concierge team? Is Stefan going to post it, Will?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, lovely. We're going to do the giveaway now, guys. Go over to, I'm going to get the URL when it's live. Stefan in the chat, tell us when it's live. Stefan's like, yeah, chat longer. It's like, yeah, you ain't got the tweet ready, have you, bro? Yeah, so Stefan, post the tweet and then do the image we all agreed on, I think it was. The orange one, I think it was. I can't remember exactly what we did. Did we agree on the orange one, Will, to do for the giveaway?
It's whatever Stefan has.
Lovely. We're doing the giveaway, legends. You must have seen that. There was a lightning bolt behind me, bro. It's going to go mental right now. I'm going to get some thunder. Oh, shit, it's raining.
Flash flood, man.
I can hear rain. That's actually nuts. Right, are we ready to? Are we firing off, Stefan? Oh, the same one. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what we got. I gotta start doing these myself. Yeah, you have to click show more to see the rest of it. We should have probably made it so you could see the whole tweet. And then this image is yeah, okay. We didn't want to do. We should do another one, bro. Like we wanted to do the orange one. I said like do the orange one. Do a different image. Stefan, what are you doing? Oh, he's the. Oh. Anyway, all right, guys, go do it. Let's see where we're at on it already. It's only got 10 views. We've got time. We could do it again. Stefan, get the orange image we were going to use. I told you to use the orange image. Remember the one we used on the ads? Just delete that one and do it again. Right. I'm actually going to have to do this, aren't I? Right. I'm going to take control. I'm going to do the tweet, guys. This is not going to be the tweet. I'm going to do the tweet. All right. Doing it on stream together. I'm doing the tweet. I'm going to get the image and I'm going to post it. The one which is already up, don't bother. All right. We only got 10 views. We're all chilling. We're all chilling and billing. I'm going to jump in and take control. I love it. It's got it. Stefan, I've got it, bro. I've got it. I got it, man. I got this shit, man. You guys, are we looking at my screen? Okay, we're looking at whose screen are we on? Okay, perfect. We're on the MDX screen. Lovely jobly, oh lovely jobly. We don't need that. You guys can chat as well if you want. I'm just going to do the tweet, okay? Answer some questions or something.
No worries. Yeah, let me check it.
I've actually got to go.
Where's the giveaway?
But good stream, and I'll catch you guys next time.
All right, man.
Yeah, legend, brother. Speak soon, man. I'm just going to get this image up for the tweet, and then we're going to do the giveaway, all right? You can just take away, Chrissy boy.
Yeah, so I'm going to go through a couple of people have been asking for. Aave was one that I saw a couple times. Yeah, Aave's lagging a little bit, like just in the lower time frames. Higher time frame, it's still trending up pretty damn hard. Let me pull some stuff off here. Yeah, Aave's another interesting one since it does have that short liquidity left from the end of December. So if it can break through the local resistance, which is right here from about 115 to 118, we should be seeing a better expansion to like 145. I think the alt continuation for this is pretty high, but in the local move, it's kind of overextended. It's still bullshit backtesting stuff. It's regained its yearly open, March open, but definitely lagging compared to other things. So I would like to see this to establish some price action above like some really local levels. So 115, that's probably going to be like my little cutoff here to have a continuation. And anything as long as it retraces back and holds stuff like the yearly open still looks good. The moment it starts slipping the yearly open and potentially grinding back below like 108, then I'd start looking for a deeper retracement, in which case alts in general should be. But Bitcoin's still looking strong in the higher time frame and the lower time frame. So the fact that this still has liquidity left going all the way back to, I mean, let's see, it's still got a lot of room to potentially run. It's just lagging comparatively to the rest of the market. The breakout was end of December effectively, so that's still the ability for us to now take stuff on a higher time frame. Flipping 112 on the daily open is going to be a big one, and that's what we're kind of trying to do now. Actually, we're holding it. This is bullshit backtesting the weekly open and the major swing at 112. So even higher time frame, it looks like it wants to continue. It's just you're in the major resistance of the entire bear market. So getting above this major resistance opens up, 145, 150, and then potentially much higher into something like 200. I don't think that's unreasonable. What you don't want to see now is collapsing back below 112, 105, losing like yearly open at 108. So it looks fine. It's overextended locally. I think these targets like 145 isn't bad.
New giveaway out, guys, on the MDX Twitter. I just posted a link. If you go and do the process, and you have a chance to win a lifetime membership for free. And you'll join us and you'll grow old with us trading, because essentially everyone in the whole entire community in the company, we have probably about 20 people, every day actively posting in the groups, in the live sessions. We have one-on-one coaching, one-on-one mentoring. We have the live, I can actually show you it because obviously we have it on the website. You probably saw a lightning bolt. Did you just see a lightning bolt? Because that just flashed. I just saw the flash. That's mad. I can't believe there's fucking lightning and thunder here. So if you go to the Academy section, guys, you can see all of our professionals or professional traders. We have me, Will, Chris. We have Trader Kieran, who's an absolute genius. Jan, Chris, Trader Chris. And we create these guys and we make sure they are the highest quality for you guys to use in terms of mentorship and free sessions and watching them in the live sessions. Because if you actually go to the Discord server, which I can't show right now because I'm on just the browser, but we actually do all these live sessions every single day, which you can, do the market update. Chris, you do a market update as well. We have the live sessions every single day. You can go watch every single day. And like this whole academy essentially is the Discord. Everything's live. You can watch it live. But if anything is live, but you didn't get to see it, you can rewatch it here in our academy. So, and you can also apply for one-on-one mentoring. And my one-on-one mentoring is open at the moment as well. But it's more to do with consultation, really. These guys are actually doing the more mentoring on day to day. So the academy part's really growing, really awesome stuff. So we've got a guy who just paid $9.99, which is always funny how $9.99. I always wonder why they send $9.99. Like, why do you want to make it look cheaper? $10. Yo, MDX, hope all is well. Have you heard of the first faith-based cryptocurrency called Jesus Coin?
No,
dude, you're a legend for the $10. I haven't heard of Jesus Coin, but let's go on Jesus Coin and let's do it for Jesus, because who cares? At the end of the day, actually, I'm gonna retrace. I was gonna say, look, I don't know about it. It's probably a shit coin, all this kind of stuff. It doesn't actually matter because all the meme coins are pumping right now. So Lee, it could be one of the best gainers out there. So I'm gonna check it out. We can look at it. I'm up for it.
Yeah, the only thing I could see of this thing being listed is Poloniex. I can't see any major exchanges by any means, but yeah, it's done really well since the October lows, but it seems incredibly low cap, more volume than it had obviously previously, so it must have been part of the listing. Yeah, you can make an argument it's resisting at its yearly open at what is that, 60177. So that's gonna be your first major line to take, and then you want to see good bullish regains of the December open at 26.7. I wouldn't say it's impossible. Yeah. It's mostly on Uniswap, I'm assuming. So that's where arguably the majority of this.
We've got this guy called the English South African. He says, if the Burj Khalifa gets slammed by a lightning bolt, I'm shorting the whole market. Yeah, I don't think actually the market would even change, but I think I would be shorting the whole market because my life would be endangered. I'd be fucking lightning bolted. The electronics would be freaking out. I'll be shorting everything, selling everything to try and get enough fucking normal cash to survive. Get helicopter to come and take me out of this place. I'm on the 98th floor as well, so I'm actually in terms of like a height of global height in a building. I'm probably within the top 0.0001% of human beings at this height in a building right now. So I'm fucking dizzy up here. I feel like I've had a freaking goddamn been puffing some poppers. Bullish or bearish lightning? That's what we need to know. It's a great question. I need to find out myself as well. If Justin Trudeau resigns, I'm logging everything. That'd be great. He's literally like borderline fucking. I don't know what he is. He's like a psychopathic narcissist. It's not great. Or he's a virtue signaling psychopathic narcissist. Happy days.
He's like too high. Solid.
Yeah, he's not a good one. He's not a good one. He's a socialist. Not good. Dogecoin price prediction. I think Dogecoin will go over $1. That's the only price prediction I've got for Doge. I think it will go over $1 this cycle. Just for the fact that they didn't manage to hit the target, the Doge army. And I do think that as the market grows in general, we're going to see everything's going to rise. The tide will rise all ships. So I think everything's going to rise in price. you know, and I think a lot of stuff is going to get really crazy in terms of what you would think would happen. Yo, credit sticker. CSUSDT products are you what already and looks like a hidden gem? What do you think? Credits ticker. Never heard of it. CSUSDT. Here's some altcoins, legends. Me and Chris are here, man. Me and Chris are legends, bro. We don't fuck around. We just sit here, we do some alts, we look at them, and we tell you what's going to crack a lack.
Oh, geez, this has been around since it was actually pinging at $1. So it listed at just sub $1. It looks like on Gate. It's in a massive. It's like less than 1%. It's not in the high or low that matters. So I don't know what it does. If it's
Doesn't
not a
matter.
functional
The
coin,
fundamentals. In terms of price action, it hasn't really moved. Like you can't actually technically analyze this. It's not a buy yet. Like it hasn't broken anything, but you could say that if you think the fundamentals are good, there could be an investment play here.
yeah, I don't know anything about it. Fundamentally, the thing price action wise that sticks out in my head from looking at a higher time frame, really simply, have we done the overall low? Yes. Have we made a high higher than previous highs? Yes. So what's the higher low that matters? This one. So
yeah,
as long as we don't lose that low, and we're good, I think.
Guys, I want to say as well, if
you're
still in this stream, go over to Twitter. We need to pin the message, don't we, really? Go over to MDX Algo Twitter and join the giveaway. Let me just click my screen up. And also, guys, if you want to get a little bit more alpha on some stuff I was talking about earlier, go and watch my other stream today because this is my second stream. I've just kind of like repeated a lot of shit I already said on the last one and this one. But go and watch my other one because in the beginning, I actually go through a process of a way you can really, begin to come up with a nice, decent strategy to trade. But this, guys, is a giveaway. So you can win an MDX Algo lifetime subscription. Let's put that in the chat. Let all these legends come on in here. I've still got a bit more time. Frank it up. Don't you know? Frank it up. You got to frank it up. Now, don't you know? Frank it up. You got to frank it. What? There's got a question here. So, what you guys thinking on rotation to DOT ecosystem or completely dead? I think DOT will probably moon. I think you actually quite like DOT, don't you, Chrissy boy, or is that Kieran? I think Kieran's the DOT.
Yeah, Kieran's a DOT guy, I think, but it's fully parabolic right now. You're at your major swing even on DOT, so you're literally at the point where you need to gain. This thing's still in a long it's still in a long on the 4 hours
MDX
since
indicators,
the end
brother.
of January.
The MDX indicators don't fail. Look at that. You literally just get a 4 hour on these things, and you just eventually make bank.
4 hour
Guys,
daily.
MDX
That's why I've been coding all the goddamn alerts. So now I've built about 180 alerts into the Discord for altcoin. So 4 hour and daily. The idea there is that you can just wait in the Discord and hang out until the alerts start popping.
I'm actually spamming my own chat with the URL. I've got to that level of this stream right now where I'm just so tired. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to spam my own company link in the chat and get banned by my own concierge team. Yeah, DOT, I don't know, fundamentally, fuck it. But like all these things are about to just start popping off. They essentially went to a point where there were no sellers left. And now Bitcoin's mooning and the animal instincts are getting back. Lightning struck Max's Wi-Fi. Yes, unfortunately, GRT Moon boot boy, it's the truth, and it's the annoying reality of the truth. But guys, go over to this tweet. I think we got how many people are actually engaged with it yet? Let's have a look. Bit slow off the bat, so we can get a few more people if you want to get a MDX lifetime subscription. A lot of fucking comments coming in though, for sure. Oh yeah, it's because I haven't actually retweeted on my channel yet, so that would actually probably we'll get it going. Let me go on. Yeah, I should do that now. Let's get it. So, guys, go to my Twitter now. I'll actually write something on this. Let's go, legends. It's a good old tweet for me there. Let's go. Wow, that said dump it very loudly. What did we get on the sell? Can't believe it says $67,000, Chris.
What?
Chris, it says $67,000, Chris. Imagine that. Bitcoin. BT bitty. Bitcoin, baby. It's a fucking frenzy, man. If you, I come on this every day, obviously the MDX algo portal, but just look at that. Like the other day, if you look at this chart, I just keep an eye on the weekly, and I'm just like, what's going on? Look at this thing. It just looks. It's just insane. It's just such a great moment. It's such a great moment, bro. We're at the all-time high essentially, and like we've got institutional grade players have come into the market. At a 12% of the market's owned by institutions right now and locked out. I was saying at the start of the year, you know, if we're going to get to 14%, we're the all-time high, and essentially that happened. And I don't think anyone could have predicted how quickly this happened, my friend. We're before halving. It's happened. We've been long until proven otherwise. It's been phenomenal. It's been absolutely phenomenal.
I didn't expect it to go this far, honestly. Like, I got really interested back when we did the flip at 40K, and so I started freaking out, like nerding out back here in like the end of January, just because like, oh my gosh, we're actually flipping it back, and I'm like, oh, everyone's gonna short the shit out of it because my trend line broke, like as if that friggin' means something. But like here, the only thing that I can see that like I said at the beginning of the stream, the only thing that matters if we break something is 61.3. That's the first level of like losing a range structure that actually matters. Nothing else matters. It's up until proven otherwise. Even if we lose the weekly all-time high close, 65.5, major level. If we lose that, then we can still make maybe end hold 63K. If we lose 61.3, it's still not the end. To really break high time frame upside structure, you need like a weekly close under 57. And then we talk about failing and retracement. But I don't know. I just don't see it yet. There's no, we're parabolically up even just in the last 2 days. So
yeah, still got some Mars 4 legends. I've also got, I still own Ultra for sure. But yeah, all that thesis there is completely correct, Chris. Honestly, it's we've all been saying it for a long time. I think we get kind of bored of saying long until proven otherwise. But I think I've had a few. Well, I know actually I've had a few messages of people saying, "Look, mate, I wasn't expecting to continue." And with that, what you were saying on your stream, I've actually managed to hold on to a lot of positions I definitely would have sold. And it really is long until proven otherwise. I do think there's going to be a crash in the summer, but you just can't bet on it. And like a lot of guys are just like, but where's the TA? It's like, but there is no technical analysis. We did the technical, and that we technically analyzed the market.
Everything
and it's going up.
Coming back in. Yeah.
Yeah, we technically analyzed it. Direction is the only thing. Technical analysis can only really help you with direction. Okay, I've said this a million times, but the velocity is difficult, especially in blue sky breakouts. On the way down, yes, you have prior resistance and support, but on the way up, and you're that close to blue sky, there is no fucking TA. The TA guys go out the window. You just say we're long, and now what we're going to do is buy the relevant support, and all we got to do is look for those support levels, and then you continue up higher. And Ultra, I do think is going to do really well. I think when Gala Games cools off, things like Ultra are going to start popping off for sure. It's on Bingx as well. Get a Bingx account, guys. If you want to live the dream, go to the description below. Use my referral link to Bingx. Make a Bingx account. Use my trading bot because you get it for free with Bingx when you use my referral link, and then buy Ultra. I'm thinking about putting a whole load of my Ultra onto Bingx and just start fucking around. Some big trades on it.
Yeah, God, it's so funny too. It's like even on alts, you're seeing open interest come down as we go up because people are still trying to short everything.
Yeah, it's nuts. There was an old stock analyst that predicted this left run last year. Yes. MDX made me a lot of BTC this bull market. Well, I'm very happy that ships of the fools that you've managed to capitalize on this bull market, but this bull run essentially, just because a lot of people haven't. And it is a shame. I've done extremely well. Like I'm pretty much all in Bitcoin. I had I sold a whole lot of altcoins last year at 48K when we had the dealers step in. I predicted the bear market rally at the beginning of the year after the FTX collapse. That's when I got into my longs. 14.6 was the level we went to. I was saying about between 16 and 14. We got the bear market rally. We rallied to 30. We found resistance on 30K, which we did. We found resistance on 30K. We came to 25. We held it. We broke it. We continued up. And we've been saying since 30K up until proven otherwise with the odd, okay, maybe this is the top, take a head short, and then bang, gets back above 42K, continue. It's just been great. And it's, my net worth's really enjoying that. It's a shame. It's a shame I listened to Soloway at 15K. Oh, God.
Oh, that's
you should never.
I'm sorry.
Let's just do this right now, guys. Just all of you guys are watching and listening. Just never listen to anybody As much as you think they're right and what they're doing, just never ever listen to anybody. Because even like say someone like me who does have a pretty good track record of predicting things, you might just come in on the one that I'm wrong on. You know what I mean? Like you might just get on the wrong side of it. And I'm not saying you should ever listen or nothing. What I say is advice. But a lot of the time you got to, say to yourself, the probability of someone's prediction being wrong is there, even though they have a high probability. And also, you might just be the one who just gets in on the one which is wrong, and then you've not even had your own time to think about it. So you really need to think about it yourself and do these things. If you want to mitigate out all this bullshit, do these 4 things. Split your strategy into 4 main quadrants. 25% is hodling, 25% is swing trading, 25% is scalp trading, and the rest is investing. And then just chill. And I say DC into Bitcoin because that's the main thing. And then just do that, and you're living a dream.
Yeah, and that's the hardest thing for a lot of people, because if you're trying to get exposure into the space and you don't have any, or if you have very little, you have to start somewhere. So the argument that I would say more than anything is DCAing. Set aside $100, 100 pounds, 100 euros a month, 200, whatever you can swing that you would normally put away into some type of savings account, but make that like a recurring thing. And I think starting there is like really the key. Is that you got to understand, everyone wants to play the low time frames and the high leverage, when the reality is the big money is made on spot. If I always tell new traders that come into the space, and it's like, I want to learn how to trade. It's like, good. You don't know how to trade? Stick your ass on the 4-hour for 3 to 6 months and become an assassin trading spot and low leverage. If you're not doing that, like, you're not going to become a trader. Now you can do, small cap altcoin investing, but with all that, I always say you have to take profit targets. The problem that most people have, and most of the people that are, if this is their first cycle, like, really listen to this. You need to take percentages of your account, like of your bag. You need to sell it at times. If you're at 10x on a coin and you haven't taken any profit, make a point to maybe sell 3%, or maybe sell 5%, or something. Because if you're not doing that, you will not sell the top. You will not sell out when the market rolls over, whether that's in the next 10 months, the next 2 years, it doesn't matter. If you're not selling a little bit on the way up and it's your first cycle, you will marry your bags and you will never get out of it. That's just my little spiel on it.
Yeah, and I agree. My thesis is slightly different. I just let the market do its thing, and then I short the retest when it breaks. I never try and time the top. I just let my whole this is like more longer term positions. I let the market run its cycles. I don't want to I want to let it live everything, and then you're saying slowly come out on the way up. I'm saying let the whole market run, let it nuke, miss out on the top side, maybe 20%, and then get out up there.
Yeah, I just meant like psychologically for new traders, it's impossible to take profit. That's why so many of them in every cycle will ride them all the way down and lose all of their profits, because they don't understand that you have to take profit at levels.
This guy here says, I am newish to crypto investing. I waited for 10K and was convinced it would come back. Ooh, it's always a shame. I listened to Soloway too and Crypto Savvy, but the blame is mine. Of course, yeah. You have to take blame on yourself. You might listen to people, but if you listen to someone and listen to what they said and then do it, then yeah, it's your fault. It's not their fault. They got wrecked as well. Like, Soloway's been essentially shorting from $15,000. I was calling bear market rally when he was saying we're going to go to 10K. I was saying bear market rally is incoming. He was saying we're going 10,000. It's unfortunate, but that's all it is. I notice everyone is long on the MDX portal, including retail. Does this indicate a nice pullback soon? Yeah, so it is a factor. It is a factor. This is getting close now, but it usually goes long for a substantial amount of time before you get that. So like, this indicator is there to give you, okay, look, if there's 3 other things pointing that you're going to get some sort of crash, and usually it's a dump and then a retest of the highs, everyone gets long. It's a confluence factor. What you really want to see is this being sustained on the long side. It doesn't usually just flip as soon as it goes 53% long. It really doesn't do that. This can actually stay long for a long time in bull markets. But the issue is that, you don't want to be, I wouldn't say it's an issue for most people, but you don't want to be jumping on this now. It's 53% long. Yes, it's a good sign, for potentially some confluence, but not yet. We need to see some sustained long action before we're going to start seeing nukes. Look at the fucking price. You can't. Oh, I'm on the wrong. Right, guys, I'm going to do it again because I didn't show you. I'm fucking retard. Here you go. So, guys, you can see here on this freaking thing, Yeah, it says 53% long, but what you want to see is this actually up around here for a prolonged period of time. You want to see the long stacking for a prolonged period of time on the Binance retail side. And then this, it can still rally with it being long. It just, let's just say you get to a position in your price action where you're like, hey, you're up at $100,000. It's a Fibonacci extension number. You've had a dump. You're retesting up towards the high. It's hitting the Fibonacci stew tube levels, and it's 75% long. That's the cherry on the cake. You're like, okay, now this is a confluence factor. Let's freaking nuclear bomb this motherfucking shizamaniza. But right now, there's no nuclear bomb, legends. We are not nuking. We are pumping. We are being shot out of a cannon at 1,000 miles an hour. And who knows? After 69K, we will have a retrace Kent, I believe. I believe that it's a healthy... What's going on in the chart? Something's going mental. Do you want to zoom in on that? I heard some crazy numbers going off. Whenever I get those blum, 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 I don't know if you can hear them. My laptop's like... Blum,
yeah,
ding,
no,
blum.
I have them on my background too.
Is it the MDX algo ones or the... Yeah, I don't know.
It's the dashboard ones. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're just seeing some big smash buys in here. And like your point about the centralized exchange stuff, like people flipping long, the reality is most of the time, even in a healthy market, the majority of traders will long over short. It's psychological, it's normal and typical for the market that more people long versus short. And that's why we've had such an expansive move to the upside, is because everyone is saying, oh, well, I'm just going to short. Oh, it's got to fail here. I'm going to short this. Oh, no, well, it's definitely failing this one. And they've been playing that out and playing their, whatever mental gymnastics out for the last couple of weeks that, oh, well, I'm just going to keep shorting. And then eventually what happens? There's a psychological breaking point. That psychological breaking point means short traders are absolutely wrecked. They've given up. They've lost hope and said, you know what? I failed all these times trying to short the market. Now I'm going to flip long. And that's the high. That's always the high.
This guy said here, yeah, 100%. When you get the flip moment, that's the part where you're like, let's see. Oh, we got a dump it signature. What happened there? What was the amount? Fuck, it's just going too quick. I need to slow it down. Let me get this on the 50Ks. Let's go on 100Ks. I'm actually gonna go on edit mode. I'm actually gonna save that as fucking 100K. You save that as default. One sec. Because oh shit, son. Phemex just came up with some savage buys at the top. Well, not the top yet. When I heard you say you can't work for people I knew I'd be a follower of yours for life. Never met anyone else that will admit that for whatever reason, working for other people, it just isn't for me. Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse. I can't work for I've been fired from every single job I've ever had. I can't work for other people. Find it really difficult. So I just knew from a very early age I had to either create my own wealth for myself, or I was essentially just going to have a shit life. And that was the driving factor to get me into trading and making money through essentially my brain and my thinking and my clicking, instead of sweating and using my time as a leverage tool for someone to give me cash. So it essentially forced me to do this every day. It forced me to trade every single day since I was 23 years old. So even before that, when I was kind of getting into it, there was periods where I'd dive into it, then get a job, dive into it and get a job. But after that kind of 22, 23-year-old period, I knew I had to do it. And a lot of the time, guys, you do things which you have to do. Everyone
you gotta do what you got to do. You got to pay the bills.
Got to do. If you have to do it and there's life or death, you do it. But society these days doesn't encourage that. It encourages a big safety net for everybody. And if you don't do it, you'll be all right. We'll bail you out, and everyone else will pay for you. But only the thing is, the sad. Okay, you could call it sad, but actually, it does create good individuals. But the reality of the world is that when you have to do something, and if you don't do it, you die. Literally, you can die. You do it. And that's makes better people, makes you have more
responsibility. We're coming up to 67.9, bud. I'm trying to see on if they're going to pull there's a couple of guys stacking at 67.8 and 67.9 here to try and hold it down. If they pull, we're just going to full send to 68. It's close.
The trading bot is just this is going to be probably, if this ends up being one of the best trading bot trades ever, this is the MDX Trading Bot. You guys all know it. This is one of, let me get rid of trading question. So the best trading bot trade ever is 70% up. This is already at 31%. It just doesn't stop. It just keeps going up. There was a brother earlier. Let me actually whip this up to show you guys. There's a brother who actually made let's have a look at this trade. There's a guy on the MDX Algo bot Whip it up for you, ladies. He did like 10K. I don't even know what's going to come next. Yeah, this guy did 10K on the last trade. Just automated. Let's see what else we got here. Up to 13K people making it now. It's just nuts. The numbers are just getting absolutely ridiculous on this bot. But like, this is just not going to stop. Look how far it is from the stop loss. Imagine if this Chris just does start doing that. Like, mate, let's just leave it on, bro. I can't not be on this move. Like, this is potentially going to break the all-time high. Like, we got to be on stream for the all-time high, brother. I need to get a fucking sandwich. I haven't even eaten anything today.
We've still got open interest that we can go potentially. That's the crazy thing. We might just do it.
This is fucking mental. I don't know. Are you looking at my screen or is it on your screen still? It's on my screen. Okay. So it says, if there will be no pullbacks, hence full longs, I have moral responsibilities to DM you. Please do, my friend, sire. Guys, if everyone could just hit the like button right now on this stream, right? Let's just try and actually pump this up. We're coming up to all-time high. This is actually a moment to celebrate. Like, to be honest, I'm thinking about going getting some organic Redders. I'm single as a Pringle right now. I might as well get on it. What did Rich Dad Poor Dad say? So Rich Dad Poor Dad taught me that. I work a 9 to 5 now, but it's the last and biggest stepping stone to being your own boss and living the financial. Yeah, it is, man. It's difficult to start. I've come out of it extremely successful. You know, it's just been very, very difficult at times. But I've always looked at it and been positive about it, and always looked at everything as everything that hurt me made me stronger. But a lot of people might have not seen it like that and actually got quite upset about those things which happened to you in your past, like, you know, not being able to pay rent and not being able to, like, you know, had to go back to your parents' house, had to struggle, had to fucking couldn't put anything down on the table. Like, loads of things, which a lot of people would feel was like very soul destroying. But a lot of those things I just realized, like, look, I'm broke now at 21 years old, but like, you know, who gives a fuck? Like, let's make this work. There are some 22-year-olds who are already in the millions. It's fascinating to me because I was never like that. I was never a kid who was like really onto finance or anything when I was like a teenager. I was just out partying, fucking smoking and drinking. Got lots of questions coming in. I have a bet with a fellow DJ 100K before halving. I bet it wouldn't. Looks like I'll be buying some cigars. Yeah, that'll be, if it does 100K before halving, it's Chris.
100K. You better fly me out like first class. We're gonna go rip Dubai apart.
Yeah, dude. If we do 100K on this move, like, I have to do the 100K MDX party. Like, I have to literally do the MDX 100K party, and it feels like shit. That happened a bit. I was not expecting to be at all-time high before halving, and like, great, we're along to prove otherwise. But like, I remember, guys, I'm going to say it one more time for the streamers. I said, if this number goes towards 14%, we're going to be coming up towards the all-time high. And right now, guys, it's at 12% almost. And like, guess what? We're near the all-time high. So essentially the scenario, which was the invalidation for me in my mind, I thought 48 or 50K we stop. Obviously, I flipped my bias at 50, went to 60. But my whole idea of the year was we're going to go to about $50,000. And we're going to stop at around 42, maybe deviate it and come back in, find support about 30 and go for it. And the most bullish scenario was my invalidation of that scenario, which is then if institutions generally begin to buy up the supply up to 14%. I said, if we go to 14% supply owned by institutions, I think we could be at the all-time high by the end of the year. And we're not even at the end of the year, bro. We're at the start of the year. We're at the start of the year. Mate, we're about to become fucking billionaires, man. Like, what's happening here? I need some water. I need to chill out. I need something in this water. I need this to be fucking voddas. It's crazy moves, man. You can, if you want to stay on, Chris, you can. I'm actually just going to stream this because I want to see if we go all-time high. You going to stick around?
Yeah, for a little bit. I'm not gonna stay up too much later. But
it's 1 a.m. here. I'm just going to blast off because if we actually get a rocket ship, you can leave anytime, brother. Like, you don't have to stay. I'm on nearly 2 hours now. Do you guys worry about centralized exchanges not having the crypto they are representing?
Yes.
Yes. I'll let you. What do you think?
So centralized exchanges are no different from banks. It's not your money; it's the bank's money that you have access to. Same thing with crypto exchanges, centralized exchanges. There are good ones that have been around and established, but at the end of the day, what's the phrase? Not your keys, not your crypto. And like in the last day or two, because of some of the stuff I was reading about some of the U.S. exchanges not having any Bitcoin because we are in a Bitcoin supply crunch. You know, the ETF's gobbling up 10 times the amount of Bitcoin that is released every day from mining. Yeah, I pulled all my hodl off of everything, and it's all in a cold wallet, just because I don't care who it is, what it is. It's like it's either it's yours or it's not. Centralized exchanges for me, they're great tools, and I definitely like several exchanges. Like my go-to still, Bybit. I like Bingx for non KYC, but at the same time, I see it as a portal, and a me becoming, like, over the years, I've become more and more of a Bitcoin maxi. Like all routes for me are profits that I can then put in a Bitcoin. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. And I think one thing I don't okay, I do agree with you that exchanges like banks. Okay, what you want to look for, guys, is this. So exchanges, centralized exchanges, right, are like banks, but they actually aren't as bad as banks, because banks have something called fractional reserve lending, and crypto exchanges don't. So they could never actually, like, essentially from their audit or their balance sheet, they could never create more cryptocurrency tokens, because they're actually limited by the blockchains themselves. So it's not like crypto.com could make any more Bitcoin, but the bank can literally make more dollars. So they're not actually, they're almost like a bank, but they're held to a higher scrutiny by the infrastructure of blockchain itself and cryptocurrency. So they're actually a more integral version of a bank, because they can't actually be corrupted by government in fractional reserve lending, which is essentially a socialist phenomena. But the thing is with them, if you look for proof of reserves and proof of liabilities, then you can actually mitigate that. So NEXO is a great example. They've always had their proof of reserves, proof of liabilities, proof of assets, and it's all audited by a third party. So if you want to really know a good centralized exchange, just ask them those questions. Go to the support, ask them, can I see the proof of reserve? Can I see the proof of liabilities? Can I see where the assets are held? And if they all go shirty and haven't got a website for it, then probably don't use them. But Crypto.com have this now, Nexo have this now, a lot of centralized exchanges have this. Some exchanges don't, and I would actually say Mexi doesn't, they haven't got it. But a lot of them do have those types of, and some of them might not have it public, but a lot of them, if you ask the questions, they'll give it to you. And that's what you want to look for. But this is a funny little tweet. We can be millionaires. Yeah, it's y'all love it, but that's what scares new. I'm not really sure what that means, Slacky. Why is it scaring you? I think that would be enticing for new people to be like, oh wow, we are going to hit $1 million. This time next year, Rodders. Rodders. Next year, Rodders. Yeah, I'm gonna be drunk, so drunk I can't say Redders anymore. I'm just saying Rodders. What would happen if people start pulling out their Bitcoin? Would it force them to market buy in it, or do we risk a collapse? Morton, not really sure about the question, my friend, because, if people start pulling their Bitcoin, what does that mean? Like off exchanges into their own third-party wallets? That would mean there would probably be an increase in price, because there'd be less floating around on the open market. So
just more of a supply shock.
It would just make more of a supply shock. I think what he's saying is sell Bitcoin. Yes, obviously, if people start selling Bitcoin on the open market, the price will go down. But you have to remember that institutions right now are gobbling up this Bitcoin on the market, because what we're seeing now really is this increase of ETFs demand. What you're going to be seeing in the general OTC market and the open market is that custodians are going to have to go and buy Bitcoin for the hungry ETF providers, the iShares, the BlackRocks, the Fidelities, and the ARKs. So they're buying Bitcoin and they're saying we need more for our fund, and the custodians are the ones who have to go to the market and find that Bitcoin, whether it's OTC or at the market. So if they start taking it all off market, even within their own exchanges, then you're going to have less and less supply for the retail and traders to trade, and they're going to start bidding up. There's going to be a bidding up war. We're literally getting it right now, guys. Like, it's going up. We've been speaking about this for freaking years. I've been saying Bitcoin, when the institutions eventually get in, we're going to see a supply shock and we're going to rise. And that's what the whole bet was. The whole bet was that everybody in the institutional space agrees with the hodlers like us and the guys who got into Bitcoin early, the whole bet was that they agree with us later than us. That's all we did. And now it's happening right in front of our faces. And this time, this is going to be a very explosive market. I'm not going to say it's a different market dynamic. The only thing is we have a bigger, hungry whale who doesn't care about the short-term price action. They care about the long-term thesis of Bitcoin, and they look at other markets like gold, derivatives, silver, and equity as a whole. So we're looking at a $1 trillion market. What's the market cap right now of Bitcoin? We might have actually gone up on an infinite market cap. So we're still at number 10 on infinite market cap. We're about to eclipse Meta and silver. So silver's been rallying as well, up to 1.3 trillion. I'll zoom in on this. You guys, you can see my charts, right? Yeah, okay, perfect. Let me get rid of the question itself so you can see this a bit clearer. You can see here, guys, Bitcoin is number 10 on the charts. Meta Platform's number 9, silver's number 8. So, you know, we're going to see Bitcoin very likely, you know, at $100,000 Bitcoin, we're probably going to be around the Amazons of the world, if not higher, actually, because 100K is still 40%. It's going to be around Amazon, isn't it? Bitcoin, same as Amazon. And then we've got the big players to take out, you know, the NVIDIAs, the Apples, the Microsofts. I can't believe Microsoft's at 3 trillion. And then look at gold, 14 trillion. Phenomenal. So I think Bitcoin will just teleport to this here at some point, you know, in the future. And then I think further, because I think that Bitcoin is going to be like the Uber market cap. I think people don't realize that Bitcoin is money, but also Bitcoin is technology. But gold is not technology; it's just money. So I think it's going to get crazy, isn't it, Chrissy boy?
Yeah, it's an eventuality at this point. I mean, it's a deflationary asset. It's one of a kind. There is no, God, I sound like Michael Saylor. There is no second best. But yeah, it's it's an eventuality that people are realizing.
There is no second best. But Michael Saylor came in late, man. We were saying this shit for years. And also, how long will this market cycle last? My hunch is mid-25. I think this market cycle, I think we do get a collapse during halving. I think the summer's still going to be down. I think we get a higher low, and I think we're going to go into the whole of 24, and we're going to do all of 25, I think, until, yeah, I think a little bit less than the full year. But
I mean, it's weird to think of, but a lot of people still kind of judge the Benner cycle as kind of like the strongest test of time. But
which cycle? The Benner
cycle. It's the one that's the guy wrote back in like the late 1800s that accurately predicted market cycles for the next like 100 years or so.
Yeah, this guy's saying that he's worried about, and this is how you don't worry. I'll tell you one thing. This is how you just don't worry about the market cycle. Okay, this is a strategy that I'm going to do, and I've said this from the very beginning. Okay, I'm going to be exiting out of Bitcoin into gold. I'm going to let the whole market cycle run until we get a break of structure. And what can happen, guys, is this. Okay, so look, this is what I'm waiting for. This 2020 move. Sorry, we went to $20,000, not 2020 move. This move back in 2016, 17, and then through 18. You know, this is what you're waiting for. Okay, you have this huge power. What you don't want to be doing is trying to sell every single high and thinking it's the top of the market, top of the market, top of the market. If you want to sleep well at night, just don't ever try and sell the top. Just let the whole market cycle run, and you'll be like, "What the fuck? It went so much further than I thought." And then this is the area where you're going to say to yourself, "Okay, you have here and you have here. Very, very easy." If this fucking thing nukes like it did all the way through all prior support, top side and bottom side, comes into it and retests the high on a Fibonacci, you know, this is just what you do. This is what you do. It's a 6-minute retracement. And then this is where you get out. You miss out on that top side bit, but you manage to let the cycle live its dream. And this is your hodl stack or your medium to long-term swing. If you want to scalp the highs, fine and short and do this, because you've got to remember long-term, medium-term, short-term. Short-term scalping to the downside. Medium-term is obviously the swings. And the long-term is you let the whole market cycle run. And most of your money should be just long-term anyway. Shouldn't be trading with more than your long-term stack. You should really have probably about 25 to 30%. I actually have 50% swing, about 25% long-term, but my swing is doing that. But this is how you play it. You wait for that. And you usually get it. Again, you wait for that. Okay, you might get like, oh no, I'm losing my money, and then you usually get it, guys. So because it's waving up all the time, it's going to wave one more time. Very, very likely anyway. If it doesn't, then unfortunate. Like this one's a good example as well. This makes perfect sense. Nuclear bomb up to here, 48. See on the flippers. Everybody knows what to do. And this is a little bit of a harsh dynamic, but you had a one prior, and then you've got this one. So just let it run. Let it run. Who knows where it goes, but let it run. I'm backing up. Like, let it run, brother. Let it run. Don't be in his face, y'all.
Yeah, I was just reading some of the comments. I think I want to March, April 25. I want to start scaling out. It has nothing to do with the time frame. Realistically, the only thing that really matters is the market structure, and if we're actually failing things. I don't like setting a set date to something. It's like that's the point. I don't think that's based on anything other than like a hunch. But for me, it's all about overall market structure, like what's happening in the market. Well, right now we're obviously in a risk-on scenario. Massive amounts of open interest increases. You've got global liquidity index swinging back to the upside very strong and hard. So I don't see a point to like pick an exact date because there's a million and one things that can happen between now and what is that, a year from now, a year and 2 months. So it's like anything could happen. I mean, there could be like a kickoff of a major conflict in Asia, an escalation in Europe, like Middle East. It doesn't matter. Like there's things outside of the markets that'll affect the markets.
This guy says here, how do you determine that the retest isn't going to go higher? You don't. You don't determine it. You can use other factors like hidden bullish divergences and continuation factors and indicators and stuff like that, which can say, okay, I don't think this is going to happen. I'm going to let this one run. But a lot of the time you don't. You know, a lot of the time you don't know it's going to be the continuation. But a lot of the time what you can do is that because you do short it, what you usually do is you actually goes with you for a certain amount of time before it actually continues. So if you short the Fibonacci levels, I had a short the other day which didn't play out. It happens all the time. Let me give you an example. So everyone, we all started shorting here. There was a level, wasn't there? It was back here somewhere where we were like, yeah, we're going to try and play the continuation. You know, this could have been one. Like, look at this. Let me get rid of all my indicators. One sec. So you can see here, guys, that this could have been it, okay? And here was a nice place to get into shorts. Didn't get it. Got licked out, mapped down, stopped out. So sometimes it doesn't play out. It just continues. But quite a lot of the time, what you do is you get something like this. I'll show you a really good example. I had a $300,000 short on it. It did some very nice. The monies. What you do get a lot of the time is this. So this is actually a very, very nice trade. You have down to the lows, Fibonacci. Yep. What's that, mate?
No, I'm just reading some stuff. It's like we were talking about like the banks and stuff earlier, and it got me thinking about, you know, the reserve requirements, like how it used to be like 10%, you know, which we have fractional reserve banking. But people don't realize is that the current administration, the current FOMC, they still have the 0% effective deposit like rates. Like since March 15th, 2020, the COVID situation, the FOMC, the Federal Reserve Board of Governors, they removed the requirement ratios to 0. So banks don't have to have any reserve requirements. The banks are broke. They don't have any money.
They could essentially what they do is imagine if you could go into an exchange and they gave you an account that had 100x leverage in it, and they would always consistently top it up if you needed more. You would, of course, you'd actually be very, very erratic with how you traded because you know you can lose. You have 100x leverage, and if it did crash, if the exchange crashed because you use so much leverage, what would happen is that all the other people who are using other exchanges have to bail you out and give you the money back to keep the exchange alive. It's a bulletproof monopoly on the money creation system and who will bail, because who benefits from the banks? Essentially, the banks make money, but the people need the banks back in 2008. But now we don't fucking need them, do we? We don't fucking need the banks. They can piss off. We can rely on the blockchain, not the bank. So this is the new revolution. We've said it from the beginning.
Yeah, they're all broke.
They're all broke. They got nothing. They're all getting into Bitcoin. It's over. The banks, guys, I used to say this to my friends and family, like, 8 years ago. Say, guys, I think banks, general, high street, retail banks are going to have a difficulty in the next 10 years. Have a difficult time. Laughing in my face. The Great British Pound, I think, is going to fail. Laughing in my face. The Great British Pound, the longest fiat currency in history. You think it's going to fail, MDX? Yes. And it is. It all is. It's all over, guys. We're going to the digital revolution. Bitcoin's the way. But I get passionate speaking about this now. I've been speaking about this since, Chris, you were with me. Me, you, Will, we were doing it together. You were watching my channel back in the day, and you were trading 3 or 4 years before that even started, and we were talking about this. We've seen this whole progression happen. And now the day has come. And I do think that the highest probability we've ever got to is that this is the institutional onload. And this is the next big hallelujah. And this is the one. This is the one we've been waiting for. It really is.
No, it's always funny to me. It's like, yeah, let me just, I was going to show something really funny.
Yeah, I'll whip up your chart.
Yeah, so who was it? The European Central Bank made some statements in last week saying how they don't see Bitcoin, like, well, it was something about like the fair value of Bitcoin is 0%. Like, and now the Bitcoin is at all-time highs against the euro.
Yep.
Which is the funniest thing in the world.
It's absolutely hilarious. It's just all. I remember you sent that tweet. I saw the tweet. They literally just lied. And I think what happened is as well that Twitter, or now X, it actually like wrote something beneath it, which was just like the proof that I think.
The community notes, dude. The community notes are lit.
Yeah, community notes are hilarious. No, there was a different tweet. It was a tweet where it was like central banks came out saying that 5% of all, 1% of all illegal transactions are happening with Bitcoin or some shit in the fraud space. And then the notes below were like, actually, 5% of all illegal transactions happen with the euro, and like 0.something% happen with Bitcoin. I was just laughing my head off.
0.3 with the Bitcoin. It's like,
what's her face? I'm thinking to myself, like, this is a fucking message from this Central European bank, and they're lying to thousands, if not millions, of people on the internet. And it's like, you should fucking, have some time away for that. Not to say jail time, but you should have at least some sort of penalty for that type of misinformation. Oh, misinformation, so bad. They're the ones fucking spreading it.
Yeah, the thing I'm worried about right now in the overall economy is the fact that the ECB and the FOMC, they're starting to get some, there's pressure to start pulling interest rates because somehow we've magically defeated inflation by creating more inflation by printing money. So I'm more concerned that when they actually start pulling interest rates, that the market will start to fall, and we'll have effectively an inverse solution of interest rates falling and the market falling, which, I mean, we're at 4.5% and the market's going full bore because they're just printing money. So it's going to be absolutely insane.
It's going to get insane. You look at inflation adjusted everything. All the other markets aren't even keeping up. Inflation adjusted, brother, it's one of the best things we've been looking at. Inflation adjusted SPX, inflation adjusted Dow Jones. That's the real value. I'm not going to go and talk about it again. I'll probably clip, I think your videos was recorded today, wasn't it, in VIP? We can clip it from there. We can clip it from somewhere else.
Yeah.
The moral of the story is, this is everything's just getting higher in price. Doesn't mean the value is rising, but the price of things are going up, and Bitcoin's just going to be the one which is the ultimate winner in this race. This is the moment. And I really do see guys coming up to all-time high. We'll likely get some volatility. We're probably going to get a pullback. Like, look at this. The MDX Trading Bot is just in this long. So that's one thing which is obviously positive, that we're just still in a long on the MDX Trading Bot. It means the trend isn't over yet. But, we'll get a pullback at some point, a 20-30% pullback. But imagine if we go to 75K and then we pull back and we find support on the all-time high. Oh, my God. It's going to get nuts. I wasn't even showing my screen. I was saying this. Here's, guys, the bot. That's the entry. So this is the MDX Trading Bot. If the MDX Trading Bot is in a long like this, it's a very positive sign that we're going to continue. Like, this is still holding up strong. And you can use the MDX Trading Bot, guys, on Bingx. It's literally completely free. I'm monetized with Bingx. But I'll let you continue is this CRO, yeah?
Yeah, somebody mentioned CRO before, and we were talking about CRO last time and talking about how this thing was just going to giga because Crypto.com, I mean, first of all, yeah, the name. This was my biggest bag win back in the last cycle. Like, this is my biggest spot bag win that I had that entire cycle because I bought in under 6 cents. And we did the exact same thing this time, and we literally have been up only. So that was something we talked about last Monday, which was, guys, as soon as we gain the monthly open again, it's going to full send. And what do we do? We gain the monthly open, we full send. And it's up 50% from that point. So even now it's 43. Yeah, and this is what we're talking about with on ramps. Like anything that's connected to a Bitcoin on ramp, a cryptocurrency on ramp, especially with the hype hitting all the news cycles, you can't bet against it. And that's exactly what we want to see.
It's
Exactly what we
crazy,
want to
man.
see.
Like, honestly, Crypto.com's gonna do some ballistic shit. They might even, they're a big company, but you never know. There might even be a new acquisition. The Crypto.com might even be bought by an even bigger company. Like it could get even more mental. Crypto.com could be one of the biggest companies in the world. Mate, if crypto becomes the thing which everybody's using as a medium of exchange and essentially fiat currency begins to falter, Crypto.com could be one of the biggest companies in the world. Like this is a huge bet, and like I think
And
it's
they
going to
did
be
and they did good. They did really good during the bear market. They were continuing to be public. They were sponsoring sporting events. They're being active and building and increasing their capabilities. Some of their fee stuff, especially on their own exchange, is a little bit wild, but in general, the idea that you now have something that's literally crypto.com and they're sponsoring like UFC and all these other sporting events.
yeah,
I
it's big.
mean, yeah,
It's going to
get the
spur
hell out of
everybody on.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, this
I
token's
mean,
going to
this
get
thing's
bought up. The supply will get eaten up, and the demand is going to grow in time. So it's going to get absolutely ballistic, guys, on Crypto.com. I really think it's a good one. I just can't believe this last bot call. This is going to be one of the biggest MDX trading bot. Like the best trade is ever 70%. I think this could be, if this just jets off, this could be the best trade from the MDX trading bot ever. And let me have a look at the percentage on it. One sec. Just want to check it out. Current positions. It's up 30%, Chris. This is the power of automation. You know this more than anyone as well. You automate about 70% of your money right now. I'm on about 50%.
80%.
80% automation, massive.
Yeah.
I'm at 50% automation, but this is when you sleep money. But yeah, guys, you can get hold of this as well. Obviously, I'm going to shill it again. But this is I monetize through Bingx. So go check it out, guys. Get a Bingx account with my referral link, and you can actually use the MDX Trading Bot for free. I make my money because Bingx allow me to monetize the trading bot through fees, so I can give you the strategy for free. This is my trading bot I've used for 8 years. And I essentially would use this without. I would use this strategy without giving it away, but because I can monetize through Bingx, I give it to you guys for free. And then you get close to MDX algo, and you buy the product because to get the calls, you need to get an MDX algo subscription. But you can get it for free on Bingx, guys. The link's in description. Sign up, and also go and check out mdxalgo.com because you can actually get the signals on your chart. And it's just ridiculous, mate. Like this is automated. This is when you sleep shit, and you're at 80%. So that's mad, bro. You're just literally chilling.
Yeah.
When are you going to DCA? When you DCA sounds like just chilling. Just chilling, eh? So that's actually quite funny. It's DCA, but it's just chilling, eh? Yo, MDX, when are you going to DCA out of long-term holds? So yeah, with me, mate, it's this. I'm not going to sell probably about 25% of my Bitcoin ever. That's just going to be my savings account, for retirement essentially. And I probably, I'll lend against it. In terms of my medium-term swing, I have about 50%, which uses the MDX trading bot. So these buy and sell signals, 50% of all my money in the trading account is using this. So it means that this will sell when it finds, the appropriate time to sell, and that will be done for me. So let's just have a good example here. You see how it rallied up and it sold here. It's going to sell for me out of those positions. When you get big nukes, it will sell before the big nuke happens, essentially. That's what it's designed to do. And then I've got 25%, which will be scalp trading, which I love to do. That will be in and out, of course. And then there'll be the investments. But in terms of DCA out, when I DCA in, I don't usually DCA out with crypto because I've got the swing trading bot. So DCA in for me is just money which I put in and it's going to stay in for the long term. And the long term for me is not going to be getting out at the end of the cycle. That'll be using my swing trading strategy. That will be where I get out. But I would say if you're really going to look at doing that shit, just wait for the whole market to run and then start DCAing out when you see the top retest of the high. That's the best way to go. Let it when it's dream.
Yeah, and like I've said before with the alt caps, like if you're at a 10x on something, take 1%. Take 1% on your alts, on your bags, if it's your first cycle, because you will not sell out. You will say, oh, well, it's just dipping right now. It's only down 20%. Oh, it's only down 40% today. That's fine. We can rally and make another 3x or 5x as you get greedy. And it's the same thing that happens every cycle where things will fail, things will go down. I mean, shit, we probably would have smashed the all-time high a couple of days ago if it wasn't for the absolute insanity, which was the Coinbase going down on last Wednesday. Like,
Yeah.
people don't think about that. Like that there was like almost like controlled. Like, oh, shut it down. The plebs are pushing it too high. And we had an 8% down move in the same candle.
Yeah, that was a funny moment. But Bitcoin, it's not bloody Mondays anymore. It's March Mondays. And a lot of people thought like March Mondays meant March as in the month. I meant March as in marching higher. It's March Mondays because we're going up. It's not March Mondays because it's March. We're just going to go higher. It's long to prove otherwise, guys. It's going ballistic. It's absolutely monumental. Can I use your bot to I am from Sweden? Yes, of course, my friend. Go on Bingx.
I'm from Sweden, and yes, you can use the bot.
Yes, Chris is from Sweden. It's his hometown. So yeah, of course you can. Use the link in the description, referral link, and then you need to get the invitation link, which is on the website. So I should probably put this link actually as the link people can click on. But what you actually have to do is use this link to get it. You need an account with my referral link, but this is the actual invitation link. So if you click this link, this is a direct invitation to the trading bot. So that link there, which is in I don't know if I can pin it. Probably can't pin it from here. But anyway, the link in the live chat right now is the specific invitation link to take you directly to the trading bot. There it is, little bot man. Look at him. And then you can use Bybit or Bingx, and Bingx is the one we recommend. Just come to this website as well. This is the how-to. And also, you can use all of the MDX algo indicators as well. So, yeah, you need a VPN, but you can use all the MDX algo indicators for bots as well, because all of the indicators we've developed are back-tested, so you can use them as well. To get the signal like this to see on your charts, you need to buy MDX algo, but for Bingx, it's all free. So you can go over to Bingx, it's all free, you can use it. Link to description, Sweden, everywhere it works. You just need a VPN, a lot of it. Yeah, US can work. You just need a VPN. Anyway, we've been going on, Chris, bro. We've been blasting off, haven't we?
Yeah, I'm kind of like, I wanted to do it now. I want us to go to 7K and liquidate someone.
7K.
70K and liquidate someone.
Let's have a look at how the chart would look. It's a 7K retest.
No, 70K, 70.
Yeah,
it's gonna liquidate some shorts.
I'm just joking, dude. It's like, yeah, quick little, higher low. Sorry, lower low, and then back up, V bottom, back into it, ascending formation. Hey, what's 7K. It doing, bro? Look at the chart. It's phenomenal, isn't it? It's absolutely beautiful as well. The net worth is going through the roof. Everything's looking great. Bitcoin's to the moon. It's just phenomenal. It's a beautiful chart, and it just has that kind of look to it where you just don't bet against it. It's like this. The only time you want to start betting against this is when you get the wick at the top. This one as well, up to here. Big expansion. It's just a frenzy. It's a frenzy. It's a fucking frenzy. And we're at the all-time high before halving. Let me have a look what it looks like on the actual halving chart as well. It is a frenzy. It is a frenzy. Let me chuck my logarithmic chart on and just have a look what it looks like, because it's just fascinating chart. Let me get this up. So yeah, we've never been at all-time high before halving ever. Like, no chance. Obviously here we were, it wasn't too bad. We were doing quite well near the all-time high, not the all-time high though. Here, no way near. We went to 14, which was close, but halving wasn't there. So it's very aggressive to the upside right now. We're at all-time high before halving. I think there is something, quite likely we're going to get through halving in terms of a correction. But also, like, this is you can see these cycle tops and these Fibonacci extension tools I'm using. You can see that the top is usually always above the 1618, above the 2618 on this one. Sorry, 1618 and 2618, 1618, 2618, 1612, 2618, 1618, 2618. Actually, that's not drawn correctly. Actually, this is the first cycle. So it doesn't really be that much relevance. But again, they're all in that kind of bracket between just above the 2618, just above the 2618. If we do it again, just above the 2618, we're going to about 260K. But because of this institutional demand, it really is just an unknown of how far this goes. You're not going to bet your life, the farm, on these two lines for sure. It's let this thing play out like this. Maybe it does that. You know, it could do, yeah, it could do $1 million on this shit. What would you do, Chris, if Bitcoin goes to $1 million? What would be the first thing you do?
You
have a wank.
No, I mean, I don't even know. Like, I haven't even thought about it, in all honesty.
What would you do? Like, you've been stacking Bitcoin for years, right? And you have a hodl stack and everything.
Yeah.
So, like, what would be the first thing you do if Bitcoin went to $1 million in this cycle?
I'd probably just sell enough to like pay off mortgage and then a couple other things, and then pretty much laugh forever. I mean, like, I don't think I would do much anything different because I still want to do this. You know, creating content is fun. Still having like a routine. Like, I don't think I'll ever retire, but probably put together like some giga ass trip, like take some crazy ass trip around the world or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, like, for me, it's more of like
take some time off the charts and just pay off your mortgage and just be relaxed and just be like, take some time out, you know?
But not even that, like, because I enjoy it too much. So I'd probably just keep building my castle. You know, I live on an island, so I'm on the fuck off island, so continue just building and build a giant wall, big old doomsday bunker.
You're such a Viking, bro. You're a Viking, man.
Build out my the farm area. Kind of focus on that, probably. Just probably scoop up some of the land around where I live. And
well, mate, it's you have the exposure to it, so happy fucking days. We're coming up. This is an interesting thing. I didn't even know this. Hey, MDX, did you see that Gareth mentioned you on Ben Cole's show today? I did not see that, of course. I don't watch any of their content.
That's funny if he did.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he said. What did he say? If you can maybe have a look, Chris, on your computer. I'm sharing my screen right now. So Gareth mentioned on Ben Cohen's show. If you can give me the timestamp, and then you can give me the video, then I'll check it out. And if he wants to, whatever he's saying, fine, right? I'll hear it. But I should probably do a fucking reaction video to it, because if he's saying some bullshit, I've taken him down a massive peg. Like, essentially, I think actually maybe it was me. I think it was me. I think I actually did take him to the dry cleaners, because I think he fooled millions of hundreds of thousands of people. I think maybe even 1 million people know who he is in the world. So I think he had the whole world fooled, and Bitcoin especially just completely exposed him. And it showed that actually he made the mistake that any amateur or new trader would make, but he's calling himself a master. And unfortunately, you can't call yourself a master if you make the same mistakes amateurs make. Because if you're a master, you can make those mistakes, but the whole point of being a master is that you can adapt and change and then get on the right course again. But you haven't done that this whole thing. You've been shorting since, you said 10K Bitcoin. You never got into the bear market rally. You never understood that a break of 30K was significant, like we were calling on this channel, up until proven otherwise for 30,000. And you shorted the whole way up. You had a massive loss of opportunity cost because you lost 120% up from 30. You're shorting all the way up, which you're servicing shorts on, for then maybe to make 50% back down to 30, and it's still going up and you get stopped. So you did the unforgivable. It's not for any fund or any manager or any institution would throw you out the door and say you're done. Like, you failed. So I don't know what he wants to say, but he's got nothing. He's got no leg to stand on. I just want MDX to rant again. Gareth is just so funny. Oh, so he wasn't mentioned on the show. Okay, yeah. Gareth has leapt. Gareth, he would never. Oh, okay, fair play. You just wanted to get me on the old rant.
Sorry, I'm just like watching a little bit in the background here, and it's so. Oh, like I feel bad because at the same time it's like they're doing Bitcoin price action in the first bit, and the entire chat is just like, "How underwater are you?" Ask him about his short. I thought he had a 90 to 99% hit rate. You look like John Lovitz. Like,
yeah, did he say he had a 98% win rate strategy? So he's 98% win rate.
I don't know, man. I've met some of the best traders in the space, and or even in general, just like from banking side and everything. And there's not a single human being on the face of the earth that gets into that realm of winning rate. It doesn't happen. It does not exist.
If you look, so here it is, right? On Bingx Spot, on my current positions, they're not open anymore. If you went back on this, you would see that all of my trades were positive in P&L, every single one. So it's 100% win rate strategy, okay? But essentially, it was just buying swing and buying spot. That's what he's saying. What he's doing is he's using his spot bags and all of his purchases made on Bitcoin from eternity, and he's using that in his analysis to say what his win rate is. So he's essentially just using the amateur tools to try and smokescreen everybody. Because if he actually took the trades he makes, which are trying to accumulate more Bitcoin or less Bitcoin or more stocks or shares, then it's probably a much different story. Because anyone can go and say I'm 100% hit rate right now because I bought Bitcoin in 2012. Okay, cool. Everyone right now is in profit from Bitcoin. So what he's doing is he's saying that his spot bag buying and the USDT denominated or the US dollar denominated increase of that price means that he has a winning trade. But that means everyone's in profit right now because the price is at all-time high. So everyone's at 100% win rate if you just calculate your spot buys. But if you say, okay, trades I made to increase my amount of Bitcoin, because obviously 98% win rate, was your losing trade then the one which you shorted 30K and then lost everything on the way up? You can still have a losing P&L if you're fucking on a 98% win rate. It's just all bullshit. It's just all bullshit. He's just not a good trader. That's what he is. I actually do have 99% win rate, but that's using my own arbitrage bot. Yeah, you can, like, high win rate strategies can make you money. I actually usually find that strategies that have a lower win rate are more profitable because they catch bigger swings. If you actually look
plus win rate, here's the big thing too to remember: win rate does not equal profit. Like
exactly,
there's no direct, like your win rate cannot be zero, but your win rate, like what are your conditions of your winning trade? Like that's the first thing that people are so vague about. Like what's your, does it go $1 above where you entered at any point during the trade and you call that a win?
Exactly.
No.
Look at this. Look at this, Chris. So this is the ultimate fact that win rate means nothing. It's just the ultimate fact. This is the MDX Trading Bot. You can see it. It has a 37% win rate. Its gross profit was 5,000% with a 3,000% loss with a 2,000% net profit. So it only wins 37% of the time, its win rate, and it made 2,000% in the last 4 years. Okay, so this is just the proof. I use this strategy. I've made millions of dollars with this strategy. Anyone can use this. Just go to this website, and it provably shows you that the max winning trade was about 70%. The max losing trade is about 8%. And what you could do with this, you can have it so 38% win rate, right? So it loses 60% of the time. So what you do, legends, is if you're fucking half smart, you come down here and you read about the advanced features and how to use the MDX Trading Bot for advanced users. And if you know that it only wins 37% of the time, that means it loses 62% of its trades. That means that you can counter trade the losing trade. So technically what I've built is a 62% win rate scalp trading bot as well. So I've got a swing trading bot that wins, but I essentially also in a range band environment, if you can identify a range, you have a 62% win rate scalp trading bot. And it's great for scalp because you're in and you're out. You're in and you're out. So it's an amazing thing you should use, guys. Just go and read about this. Like, this will take you from fucking zero to hero. But I'm getting tired. This will take you from zero to hero, and you'll do extremely well with that. That will change your whole life. That will change your whole trading life, your whole trading career. If you read that and you think about what I've written and you actually look at the numbers, you'll be like, that's how you do it. Okay? Because all this other bullshit, doesn't work. You should be automating. Chris here right now, you're at 80% automation. What does that look like on your end, mate?
What do you mean?
Like, what does it look like? How many bots is that? Is that one trading bot? Have you got multiple trading bots?
No, it's so running a couple Bitcoin and Ethereum ones. Like we've got one that we built. I run everything off of EPS with a backup to it as well, and it's effectively taking longs and shorts of Bitcoin and Ethereum between the 15-minute and the 4-hour. So 15-minute, 1 hour, 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour. So it's doing 8 different types of trades, long and short, for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I think 16 total different types of trades, I guess then. And then I've got a different spot alt holder where basically it's just rotating capital automatically between a few like top 200 coins that I've selected, and that's actually a lot of the like built off of the asset flow index type thing, which is looking at capitalizing the majority of the market movements as the capital rotation is real. So that way I can get some exposure at all times. And the nice thing is that I could just turn it off at any time. Like there's no liquidation possibility, even like liquidation engine on the Bitcoin ETH stuff. It's literally super low leverage. So it's the liquidation has to be close to zero, because you don't want a crazy wick scenario that can take you out. That's always the scary one.
Yeah, this dynamic stop loss is based on, so you're saying that you don't want it to come down quickly. Yeah, dynamic stops can be a bit risky. That's why sometimes what you should do when you have a dynamic stop like this, where if it wicks into it and comes back up and closes, it doesn't close. But if you have a candle which just goes in, say that hour, it goes all the way to here and then closes, technically speaking, that's where it would get stopped, where the candle closes. So what you can do as well is you can have a Chandler stop, but you can also add another stop loss as well. So say you have so you have a dual, and that would be probably you'd do some sort of like double of that, and you have an actual hard stop loss, just to say, look, if it does begin to like go crazy. But the thing is, it's very difficult because you don't want to have it too tight. It's just like a safety
It's the same thing I have in like normal positions, is that I'll always have redundant. As soon as I set it with a stop loss on a normal position, then I'll always create a redundant stop loss.
Yeah.
Because even on stop losses, half the time I'll put trade minimization stop losses, where maybe if it gets to a point, I'll close half the exposure, so I don't get caught out and overexposed in a downside move. That type of stuff.
Look at that on the indicator, which we've developed, Chris, the oscillator collection. Guys, this is actually our MDX oscillators. So if you go to mdxalgo.com, you can look at this. So this is our brand new indicator. Look at that cool right there, bro. Just in real time. That green dot, boom, boom, continuation. Hidden bullish divergence, bro, in uptrends is just so powerful. It's just so good. I don't know if you look at it a lot, but it's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like hidden bullish and bearish are just awesome, because that's all it is. Hidden bullish just means that you're seeing effectively a small pullback before continuation of the trend, and they're more effective for continuation of trend trading versus people who just wait for the major regular divergences, which they could fail eventually, but it doesn't mean they're going to fail. Like look at the TradFi market right now. Look at Bitcoin right now. It's been bearishly diverging on very high time frames for a very long time. So that's just a reality of trading it, is that it'll diverge and diverge until it actually breaks. And once there's a break with a divergence, with a failure of level, all these other things are checked, and you make lower lows and lower highs. Now you're talking about failures that matter. But it's all about not trying to time the top or bottom. Like that should be a bygone thought. Your idea should be, I want to be able to change my bias and flip my bias based off of the market structure. So how do you do that? If you're only looking for shorts in an upside trend, try inverting the chart, right?
Yeah,
what does it tell you?
Inverse. Let me show
Inverting
you.
the chart is the single greatest tool that there is on TradingView. Invert the chart. Does your bias for the direction of movement still make sense? No, then you're basically trading on like a misinformed bias. Like even here, there's nothing that's saying we're going back to the upside. What needs to happen for us to go back to the upside? You need to gain levels to go retest stuff.
Yep. Yeah, it's great. It's great, man. It's exactly what you should be doing. Inverting is so important. The only tiny nuance you should think about with inverting charts is that the emotion of greed is slightly different to the emotion of fear. Depending, really, there's a slight difference between the way markets move on when they go up and when they go down, but you can still get a lot of value and a lot of insight if you invert charts constantly. But guys, come and have a look at this as well. So we're doing a competition on my Twitter. So go to MDX Crypto, my actual, go to MDX Algo or MDX Twitter, because you need to follow the MDX Algo account to actually get the competition. But yeah, go to my Twitter and you'll find this tweet. I reposted it. And it says here, you can win a lifetime free membership with MDX Algo. This is the MDX Algo is the product that me, Chris, Will, we have Wiz on the board, Stefan. We have a big team of people who built a company called MDX Algo. And essentially, it's a one-stop shop trading education platform. We have indicators, we have one-on-one mentoring, we have coaching, we have open Discord servers. We have VIP chat rooms. Let me show you actually the new Traders Network page here, so you can actually see it all on the screen. Let me load it up for you. I haven't loaded it up in a bit, and you can actually see all of our Pro Signals chat. So if you're looking for getting some insight into Pro Signals, I actually need to change the screen orientation. One sec, I've got it zoomed in, so I was doing some analysis on it the other day. But you can see if it loads with my internet here in freaking Dubai, because it's a little bit like no. Let that load up. It's weird, the internet here just freaks out with Discord. But you see this chat here, legends? This is the Pro Signals chat, and you can actually come in here and read. This is Chris doing we do actually a weekly Monday market update. We have this Smallio who does his analysis. We have all of our updates and stuff. And we basically show what we think is going to happen, where we think the market's going to go on a daily, if not hourly basis in this bull market. So you get literally up-to-date analysis constantly in this thing with all the tweets and everything we do and all the long-short ratios and just constant updates on everything we do. And it's a very, very high value platform, my guys. Like we literally put everything into this. Like it's the best platform you can get in crypto, if not the whole trading space. So definitely check it out, guys. Go get the go and do the giveaway on my Twitter. So go to just type in MDX crypto into Twitter or X. Check out mdxalgo.com/automation as well for the trading bot. Why is it not loading on this end? Okay, there it is. And then you can check out the trading bot here, everything like that, and then really get into all this kind of stuff, guys. Because on this channel, we will give you a very direct path to actually actionably and practically becoming profitable in trading, because we're all extremely successful in it, made millions of dollars in the space, even before crypto. So like, it's a very, very, we're giving out a lot of stuff, and we do it for the passion, and we do it for impact, not just the money, because we all have fucking money, but that's not really where you get any. You look at all these guys running around with millions of dollars who don't have anything to do with it. So yeah, should we wrap it up there, Chris? I don't think it's going to go. It's just a bit like, it's going to, as soon as we quit, it's going to go to 100K. I know, but like.
Yeah, I mean, we were seeing open interest on shorts increasing in the last hour anyways, so it's not, wouldn't be too crazy. I like to see maybe getting some more flat sideways structure in the overall upside, but we'll see. Sometimes in these like late end moves that we need to see some actual sideways action. I'm not too concerned in the overall move with this. Everything is up until proven otherwise. The first potential loss would be something similar to the 65.5, just because that's a major level. That major flip there would be the first one, kind of chink in the armor, but that's really nothing. I don't see any major changes until we lose 61.3, and then even then, it's high time frame losses of 57 that matter as far as changing the direction of high time frame upside trend. Until we really do anything like that, it's still up until proven otherwise. We are parabolic now, but unless we start losing something here, then you can start maybe entering into something. Or if you're trading lower time frames like the 15, there's some local failures that might be interesting. But outside of some really local failures of structure, or even here like in the more local one, I don't see anything. Everything here is grab liquidity, go higher, because everyone's trying to short still. Everyone wants to be right and catch the top, and I don't see the point in that. It's up until we break something. Break something first, then I'm interested.
Good way to end it. Got a few more questions here. Sorry to hear about yours and your partner. Bump in the road. That was from the VIP group. Best wishes. I hope it all gets back on track. Yeah, man. Thanks for the message. Great stuff. Thanks. Great stuff. Yeah. So guys, all good. We're done. I think we're gonna wrap it up there. Check out mdxalgo.com, guys. Also go to MDX. If you want to just go to the website, go to mdxalgo.com/automation to read about the trading bot on Bingx. Just read about it, read the advanced features, just go through that whole thing and then understand, what this whole trading bot thing is. And actually it'll probably unlock a few things about trading as a whole for you. And then get MDX Algo, the subscription, grab the MDX Trading Bot. And if you want to become successful in trading, guys, in this market, having mdxalgo.com and having the MDX Trading Bot, this is the thing which is going to get you to the place you need to be. There is no one else in this space who's going to be able to do it for you. They're all chatting shit. They are all con artists, except a handful. And we'll wrap it up there, leggies. I'll see you on the flippers, all right? Have a good day, have a good night, have a good evening, wherever you are. Good morning, good evening, good day. And we'll see you on the flippies, all right? See you later, Chris, as well.
Peace out.
Cheersy.